Season's greetings, Gary Con community. I'm Garner Andrews, and I am your regular dungeon master on our stream channels, but I'm also in charge of communications for Gary Con. So please continue to reach out and interact on a regular basis with us. As the year draws to a close, I wanted to make sure that we at Gary Con said thank you to everybody. It's been an incredible year, and our plans are coming together extremely well for a great convention in March, and we look forward to seeing all of you then. But we want to say thank you and happy holidays to all of you at this time of year. For our holiday game, we've actually created a one shot, and we are streaming it in two sessions, one on Christmas Eve and then one on New Year's Eve. And we created it so that it would be an investigative adventure and maybe a little bit dark, which, to be honest, is sometimes hard with our players since they're so jovial all the time. You will definitely find some humor with a group that really clicks well as they play. But it's actually based on the Germanic figure of Belsnickel. I grew up in Germany for a number of years, and so this was also something that I saw as part of the culture too. And so it worked its way really well into a very good, very exciting, and probably for the second session, a more dramatic finish to a great one shot. So thank you, everybody, and I hope you enjoy it. We wanted to also say thank you to all of our sponsors who have done a great job of supporting us this year. And if you're here for your Electrum chest, make sure that you put exclamation point CODE in the chat. All of our sponsors will also have information that is displayed in the chat for you. So please click on their links and check them all out. Happy holidays, everybody. So, welcome everybody to our Christmas one shot. We have a lot of very questionable characters playing with us today. So,
And happy holidays to everyone of every particular holiday,
yeah,
solstice,
absolutely.
whatever you like,
hmm
go for it.
We are all about the celebrating and maybe some of the murder hoboing that comes along with some of these parties.
It
So,
is the celebration.
everybody here is directly associated with Gary Kahn in one shape or form. Right now, the current players who are playing in our everyday or every week Sunday game include Spaffby. So Spaffby, you and let's also talk about our characters as I go through this. But Spaffby in our Sunday game, you normally play what? Or
Uh,
you need some help?
yeah. So I've been playing. Yes, thank you.
I mean,
I'm like,
you're
oh no,
both
which campaign is that?
volunteers, so I know it gets hard for you to
So yes,
remember things.
yes, I've been playing. I've been playing Thar, who is a human cleric, and he's quite adept at what he does.
Yep. But today you're going to play from.
Mm-hmm.
From Thar?
I know, but Grover, you know, on Sesame Street, Grover, who does near and far, we've got from and Thor.
That's right.
But are you from Thar?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Tell us about from. Tell us about
You
from.
know, so from him, he is a barbarian. He's grown up on the outskirts of civilization, so he's not completely uncivilized, but he's got anger streak. He has tried to temper that a little bit, realizing that it can be a little bit of a problem. So he decided to hang out with some local monks and learned a little bit of their skills and control. Unfortunately, he also picked up a drinking habit while he was at that, and yeah, he's pretty much just wandered into town looking for some. Looking for a little bit of work so he can help, buy his next bottle.
Okay. All right. So then we've got Jared, and Jared, you regularly play. I'm not sure if you play Mate or Mr. Buttons, or maybe Mr. Buttons plays you, right? So,
Yes, Mr. Buttons is playing Maith in our regular games.
Yep.
Hashtag Team Buttons.
Team
This
Buttons.
week, a new fellow is going to join us. Standing tall and regal is Harlow Sagefeather. He commands the attention with an aura of wisdom that radiates with every snowy feather. His plumage, a pristine canvas of white, mirrors the ethereal beauty of a snow owl in moonlight. He's cloaked in fine clothing. He has kind of like an ensemble that kind of marries sophistication with practicality. He has a trusty lute over his shoulder. And he has a dragging around like a diplomat's chest with polished wood and intricate carvings. And he looks like a professor from a storied college from far away.
Oh, who's a fancy feller?
Hello.
Yes. Very nice.
I be that fancy fellow.
Very, very good description. All right. And then our last regular from our game is actually Zombart. So Zombart, you regularly play a what in our other campaign?
So in the Chronicles of Shintufi, I play Sakim, who knows everybody at the bazaar. In our
Kryn?
Lost Empires of Kryn, I play Tristan, who is the anger raging paladin, who is the 10 hit point tank currently, and still alive. I'd like to, point out.
For now.
Hey, still alive is still alive.
Yep, you've definitely gone down though in every battle for the last 2 weeks. So
Well,
Hey, it's not
but he
about
hasn't
how many
stayed
times you've
down
gone
thanks to
down.
Thar.
Exactly. Thank you. It's
right.
not about how many times you go down. It's about how many times you get back
But
up.
if you only have 10 hit points, if you take 20 hit points, you're dead, right?
No,
Yeah.
no. Mm-mm.
Yeah, and
The
then I'll
answer's
play
no.
a Plains Barbarian because,
Oh boy.
I'm allowed to play a Barbarian if my
Mhm.
initial character is dead.
I
Oh,
agree.
is that the rules?
I've agreed to that. All right.
All right.
And
Currently, I am playing Carl Wagner. He
the
is
red hat.
yes, exactly. He is a red cap rogue of the Gnomish race. He literally has a giant pointy red cap, a bushy white beard. He is a little bit angry and curmudgeonly, but he's a wicked shot with a crossbow, and also an excellent second story man. Because even with those small arms, he's always good at finding good purchase. So
All right. And so those are some of our regular players. And then we also have Matt Yandura, who helps lead a lot of the work that we do at Gary Con with his Yandalorians. So Matt, tell us just a little bit about what you do with Gary Con, and then tell us about Crow Cold Iron.
Yeah, sure. So at GaryCon, in the past we've helped with the charity auction. We've done some work in the communication department. We're game developers as well, and we produce a game for Luke called Search for the Seal of Gax, which is a live action puzzle and adventure game. So you can check that out when you're at GaryCon. And today I'll be playing a mountain dwarf named Crow Cold Iron, and he is a druid from the Cold Iron Mountains. And the background of Crow Cold Iron is that he was an infant abandoned at birth and was found by an elven penitent priestess of Athena. And for the next 40 years, she raised Crow as her own, teaching him the ways of the goddess of wisdom and war. And he chooses the path of the druid. And together they try and have tried for the last several years to recover an artifact that was lost, that was entrusted to his mother's care, and that was the artifact of the Owl of Athena. And so Crow finds it very a good sign from Athena that he is in the company of a party member today that is Owlkin. So, and Crow Cold Iron is not very trusting of outsiders, but he does try to find common ground amongst even his most fiercest of enemies, provided that they're not undead or trying to undo the balance of nature.
Very nice. Excellent description. And then we have Tempest, Lindsay. So Lindsay helps out with a number of different things. She is an artist. She is also helping manage all of our trading card game events that we've got. Anything else, Lindsay, that you specifically do as a volunteer there at GaryCon?
Yeah, I've been helping you with the social media pages, and a lot of
Yep.
the stuff that you'll see go up, like a lot of the imagery is stuff that I've put together. So yeah, and I love Gary Con, and I've had a very good time helping out. So I'm I'm Garner's little helper when it comes to the social media pages.
This
And
is
sometimes you
So
can help him keep from killing all of my characters, which I appreciate.
yeah, I do that too. Hey, druids and Bart's characters have good track records. I'm just saying, considering the last time there was a druid with Bart's character, he may or may not have ridden her into battle. So
Yeah, that got awkward really, really quick. But
Yep.
I mean,
it's fine.
technically, she was a dire wolf at the time, and
He was a
I w-
halfling. It's a halfling. It was halfling warriors. It's
I'm
fine.
just saying though,
Give
it
it
may get really even more awkward if Carl tries to ride Crow into battle. That's probably not a good idea.
Piggyback ride.
There you go.
I'm just saying, a piggyback ride when you're like a halfling cannibal, barbarian, that wasn't too bad. I mean, that was all right.
There's
Some
something
Yeah.
there's something more majestic to dwarf riding than dwarf throwing.
Yeah,
Agreed.
no doubt. So,
But-
yep.
But yeah, so I do a lot of stuff for Gary Con, and I'm very excited for this upcoming year. But I will be playing a human woman named Mockingbird. She's relatively young, and not a lot
Yeah.
is really known about her. Kind of mysterious and likes it that way. But she is actually a blood hunter, specifically a mutant blood hunter, and I am very excited. So I have not gotten to play a blood hunter in so long.
Very good.
So
Okay. So, a little bit of background. Bart and I have been working on a setting, and that setting includes a number of these different locations. But so Brukenvold is one of the towns that we have focused on, and I will actually ask Bart to help me here by describing the actual town of Brukenvold in just a moment. But we are in the environs around Brukenvold. This is a northern forested land with one or two, medium to large sized towns, and then a number of other just small communities dotting the entire countryside. And it's rolling hills and mountains, and mostly forested peaks here, but you're far enough north that it is always, the snow is always on the ground in the winter, and hopefully things don't get too serious to prevent travel from from one village to the other. But a very key, a very important piece of what goes on here, though, is the Solstice Festival. And Brukenvold is widely known for hosting an incredible solstice festival, even though they are only one of the medium-sized towns that are there and that are around. And typically speaking, each of the people in the north, and this could be the elves, and not could be, it is the elves, it is the gnomes, it is the dwarves, it is some of the humans that live out on their own as well. But they are generally brought together, especially by multiple groups of druids, because this solstice festival is a chance to honor nature, to be thankful for all the things that that everybody has had during the year, and just to celebrate with everybody. But it is it's more than just a
Hmm.
party. This is a semi-religious event for the entire countryside for everybody to actually attend. All right, so because it matters to our background, Bart, would you give us a little bit of background on the town of Bruckenwald?
Yes, absolutely. It is a Bavarian alpine village that's suddenly become very rich due to mining interests in the local surrounds. They also have been very intelligent about reaching out to some of the other racist communities in the northern passes to have their artisans come down and sell their wares here in Brukenville. So because of that, they've actually had like an economic boom. Um, Part of this is due to the intelligence and the savvy of the Burgermeister who runs the village, but he is also notoriously a bit of a pompous man, and not always what most of the town folk would agree with as being, well centered. But they suffer him because of how much it has done for them economically. Brukenveld is, it is the kind of town it's very scenic. Is not very well defended. They do have quite a few mercenary bands and some of the local mercenaries will like hire out to go on pilgrimages to make sure that different goods and wares get deposited where they need to go. But while it is not the most largest city around, it is probably one of the most wealthy and fast growing cities around.
Okay, excellent description. All right, so each of you in your own communities has been tasked with actually bringing some of the wares to the city. For some of you, it is actually you who is the artisan. But for some of you, it is also your job to help make sure that certain wares get to Brukenveld. You are all from a northern area that is, I'm sorry, from a southern area that is farther south from Brukenveld, and you will have to actually travel north in order to actually get there. You know that you will also have to pass through the city of Treebridge, and we will deal with Treebridge in just a little bit. But Treebridge is actually a larger community than Brukenwald is, and it is a very unique community. Okay, and it is actually a community that has built up along a petrified giant tree that crosses a major chasm. Okay, and this giant tree actually has multiple sections that different groups of people live in, and again we will get to that. But you all know that the only effective way across the chasm for days travel in any direction is actually to cross at the town of Treebridge. So what happened was you all gathered together at one of the local druid circles, knowing that others would also be there and be gathering to go, because you wanted to make sure that, as you're traveling in a group because it's safer. You wanted to make sure that, whether it's any of the wildlife or any bandits or anything else like that that you might run into, that you would be safe from, because there's obviously safety in numbers. Is there anything else that any of you want to say, by way of introduction to each of your other compatriots? And let me actually talk meta for just a second. At my gaming tables, we have one rule, and everybody who's playing, I think, probably knows that rule, except maybe Matt and Yando. This will be an easy one. No matter what the goals of your character are, no matter what the alignment of your character is, the one thing that you can count on is that all of your party members have your back. They will be able to, defend you, support you. Now they may do it through their own lenses, but but they have your back. Okay, that is the only rule that I have that everybody must abide by. So is there anything else that anybody needs to share with any of the others? Some of you have
Yeah,
some
just
very
watch
good
out
back-
for the DM because he's murderous.
I guess I totally glanced over giving a proper description of her because I was babbling and I was worried I
Go
was
ahead.
talking too much. But so Mockingbird is about an average height woman, a little bit over, about 5'8", 5'9", and has this deep auburn, very dark auburn hair, and she actually wears bird feathers. It's really hard to tell what bird feathers, and usually it seems like even in just the short time traveling, she's picked up different ones and has changed them or added them to her collection of bird feathers, but she never plucks them from the bird themselves. It's always just picking them up off the ground. She's covered in tattoos and piercings and has freckles all over her face, and usually her hair is drawn up into a very messy ponytail. And her clothes are very simple. Very simple. Although she is wearing studded leather incorporated into them.
Okay.
There,
nice.
an actual description of her. I got
Yeah.
too excited earlier to get going.
Well, the best description that I got from anybody though was actually from Matt for Crow. So Yondo, you wanna give me a little bit more of a give everybody a little bit more of a description of Crow?
Sure, absolutely. The infant who would become known as Crow Cold Iron was found by an elven female. She was a penitent priestess of Athena named Elpis Eurazi atop Widow's Peak in the Cold Iron Mountains. The dwarven babe was but a few hours old, swaddled in furs, alone on a rocky outcrop facing the rising sun. Eurazi was on a one-woman crusade of redemption to find an artifact of her deity that was stolen while under her care. For months, Elpis scoured the forbidding slopes of these Arctic mountains, the place where she believed the artifact was held. And then she came upon the abandoned child at a moment of desperation. A lone black crow, unfazed at her arrival, stood vigil over the child. Low on supplies, her winter clothes in disrepair, and no leads as to the whereabouts of the artifact, Elpis was ready to leap to her death as a meager offering to Athena when she heard the muffled cries of the dwarven newborn. Elpis saw the child as a sign of Athena's favor and trust in Elpis. She took the babe to the dwarven lords of the Cold Iron Mountains, and while the lord of the mountain refused to take responsibility for the child, he took pity on her plight and offered her meager accommodation in the mountain, where she could at least raise the dwarf in the company of its own kind, but strictly under her care. Kind of fast forwarding here, for 40 years she raised Crow in the teachings of Athena, and then on one such fateful day, when Crow was out with the scouts of the Cold Iron Rangers on a long trek, he fell through an ice chute and descended hundreds of feet under the surface until he landed into a thermal heated underground spring. Next to the bank of the spring was a hidden temple to the goddess Athena, and it was here that Crow accepted the calling to serve as a druid in Athena's name. The temple contained many druidic teachings and mysteries that would help Crow unlock his powers over the years of adventure, study, and meditation. Today, Elpis and her son, Crow, have trekked the winter snows in search of this owl artifact. Now, as a solo adventurer, Crow is known as a stoic defender of nature, a fearless enemy of the undead, and a peerless servant of the goddess Athena.
Now that's how you prepare for a one shot.
Hey, to be fair, I learned today that I would be playing about 3.5 hours ago. So I get a little bit of a break.
I'm still
But that was awesome, Matt.
just giving Crow inspiration. Nobody else starts with it.
Yeah, nope, yep. I think that's deserved. I agree.
All right,
Well,
appreciate it. Thank you.
all right. So again, this area is an area of the north here with elven and dwarven gnomish communities all living separately but in peace. And we've got our central grove of druids, which obviously Crow has a connection to, that ensures peace between the communities of the north that are far removed from most of the rest of humanity too. You've definitely got other people that live farther north and on the outskirts, but for where you are, it's still fairly well civilized. Okay. So you all meet at the Druid's Grove, and then you head out north towards the city of Treebridge, and is there anything that you guys want to share about how you're actually going to be traveling? Anything that you want to be doing during this time of travel?
No.
Okay.
During the route of travel, Crow believes that it's important to honor the traditions of worship and sacrifice. And on the way, as the journey goes on, there will be some moments in time where he may ask the group to pause for a brief period to make an offering, or just to take a moment to say a silent prayer to Athena, thanking her for the blessings of all the blessings of nature. But this is kind of where his head is going to be for most of the time, in contemplation and in reflection.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I do have a small cart and a donkey that kind of drives it in the snow. I try to make sure that the wheels are good to go. So I've carved notches in them so that they'll be better in the snow. But the gnomes up on and kind of cracking the whip of the donkey whenever, but probably could carry one more person if they want to ride.
Mm-hmm. Very interesting.
Well, I've got short legs, and I'm not afraid to take a ride.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
you could pray right next to me,
Say.
and I do have I do have my crossbow that I try to keep polished and well oiled and ready to go, because these are dangerous trails.
absolutely. So Pro, I need you to make a DC 5 perception check, please.
Okay.
So the perception check, by the way, so we're using Fantasy Grounds, and they're one of our sponsors here. But the way that you do that is the second tab, which is the skills tab of your sheet. You will go down to perception and over to where it gives you the bonus. And you can either double click that or you can drag and drop that into the chat window. Either one rolls the perception check.
Okay. Let's try that. I'm trying that now. Sorry. I'm down.
It's okay.
Did that work? You said just click on.
So,
just click on.
Yeah,
Did it work?
if you're on that second skills tab.
I am.
And you see the +5 to the right of perception.
Yes.
All right. You either double click that or you drag and drop that to the chat window.
Okay. The chat window. All right. I think I'm doing it, but it doesn't look like it's doing it. Hold on.
Just try double clicking that +5.
There we go. Okay.
All right. Oh, 15.
Nice.
You easily. This was, like I said, it was only a DC 5. So as you stop for your silent prayer and reflection, as you are sitting there contemplating, you've got your eyes closed, but you're everything is quiet, and you hear what seems to be loud and long flatulation coming from behind you.
You speak.
My friends, be ready. Look sharp.
You turn around, and all of a sudden, from belches one of the loudest, longest burps that you've ever heard in your life, too.
I immediately tell the group. I alert them to this sound, and I look and I try to observe, and I take a kind of a defensive stance. I pull my shield out to see what this might be.
From points at the owl.
As From points at the owl, From also fails his constitution check and farts once more.
Oh my gosh.
The professor seems distracted by a book that he quickly closes and puts underneath a wing.
There are a few things that would make Crow Cold Iron smile, but you see what appears to be a crack going across the ice of his normally very stern countenance.
I've got another crack I could show you.
It's like,
Gosh.
smells like
Harlow is so glad
dead
that he
ox.
does not have the ability to smell.
Everybody else kind of steps out of the way, steps upwind from at this time.
I make sure that the string on my crossbow is well taut.
Praise Athena for a good side wind.
There you go. All right. So again, you guys are coming from the south, headed north, and you come over a ridge, and as you come over this ridge, you're finally in sight of the city of Treebridge. You look down into the valley, and then splitting this valley as far as you can see to the left and to the right is a gigantic chasm, 300 meters across. You've never seen anything like this. You've seen this before, but you've never seen anything anywhere else like this. You know that this is totally unique. Sometime in the ancient past, there were obviously trees here that were much larger, because all of the trees here are at best a tenth the size of this trunk. So maybe this was a ancient an ancient growth that had fallen here because of some sort of battle, or maybe just naturally had fallen here. But it is truly a hollowed out tree that has petrified now and has become the home to a multicultural group of people. So the bridge itself is, or the tree itself is, it is gated. So there is a small village area out front on the southern side here next to you, and then there is the village that you then start going through inside the tree itself. The north end of this tree seems to have very attractive, expensive dwellings that do seem to they blend in with nature, and it makes all of you who have lived in the rural areas feel very comfortable. So especially you, Crow, you definitely like the way that they really have an organic aesthetic to all of the buildings here on the north side. And as you approach the gates here, the guards, they wear ornamental uniforms, and they are extremely polite and helpful. They do ask you what your business is.
One
Who's
of us
the leader of
this
this
moment this moment has to determine who is going to be the talker. Because I promise you don't want it to be me.
So the as I kind of pull back the reins on the donkey, I spit some tobacco out the side of my mouth and let them know, hey, we're going down to Brooklynville. It's time for the solstice. We're gonna sell some wares. We're gonna come back up. We're making some money. Got a problem?
They kind of raise an eyebrow at you, and they can clearly see that you have a Owlin and a druid here with you, and they ask you, are you with this gnome?
Yes, he's a companion of ours. Forgive his southern manners. He means no offense.
They seem to be put at ease by some of your statements. Druids obviously have a significant amount of pull in this area. You are aware of that. You feel like maybe if you were in a pinch, that might be beneficial to you too later on.
I kind of backwards snort some snot, spit it into the snow, and let him know I've got the cart. So we're gonna move through.
Excellent. Well,
DM Harlow would like to step forward and maybe help out in the communication.
yes, Harlow.
And he says to these guards, "We are," and I make little finger, traveling
Oh no.
to Birkenbell.
Oh no.
Who's traveling?
The well-dressed guards look to you, Crow, and they say, "Is your friend here slow?"
Yes.
And I look at the guard and I kind of lean into the guard and I say, "This will be the last time I let them get into the Dwarven Mead."
So they kind of
Wait, there's mead?
taking you very seriously, and they're like, we understand, and so they do inspect your wares, so they want to look at Harlow's Harlow. What did you name your little traveling desk and box and everything? The box that you're carrying around?
This is my diplomat's chest. There's
Diplomat.
also a elegant rapier at my hip,
Mhm.
and I am on here traveling from great distances from a university, and I am coming to see and record the festivities. And I point to the sky. There will be astronomical arcanums happening. Understand?
As Harlow is going, before the guards really have time to say anything in response, Mockingbird kind of pokes her head from the back of the party. Just, Harlow, they ain't stupid. You ain't got to be that blunt.
Oh, I just like to speak so that others can understand. I'm a teacher by trade.
Just spit it out.
Oh,
We
okay.
We ain't got time to sit here and listen to you talk at
Of
super
course.
slow speeds.
Of course. I look at the guards. Is there a toll that we must pay to get past your invisible line in the dirt?
No. They get that and they roll their eyes at you when you say that, but they're like, well, that's a good question. There is no toll here. We are here for the safety of our residents, but we can't speak for those who may man the gates farther along. So just be aware.
Well, in that case, while we're still out here in the fresh air, I go ahead and hop down and make sure the brake is pulled, the wooden brake is pulled, and I empty out the the canvas sack from behind the donkey onto the side of the street nearby, and then I hitch it back up with the metallic containers, and then I get back up and ha!
Somebody is really having a hard time there.
Did we break Yondo? We did. Welcome to our chaos, Matt.
I'm sorry, my ribs are hurting. I was laughing so hard over here. Sorry, you guys.
Listen,
All right.
it all goes downhill when you put Chris, Bart, Jared, and myself in a room, and then you add Dad, and now
Oh.
you. It's just gonna keep spiraling in the
Here
best
we
of
go.
ways.
Giddy up. Yeah.
All right.
Hey, the canvas sack
right.
is empty. I don't want to hear anything about it. I mean, because honestly, that's just good. I mean, that's good. Like,
Cleanliness.
walk. Yeah,
Cleanliness is godliness.
absolutely. I mean, we're not going to walk through the entire city. I mean, we're about to be in an enclosed space. I mean, I was trying to be,
Truly, thou art an empathetic man.
We're
Oh,
so proud of you.
so kind. So kind. All right.
Mhm.
The guards finish their inspection of your wares, and they are comfortable that you are going where you say that you're going, and they are not worried about you, and they wave you on through the gates.
They made sure I didn't dump anything like contraband off on the side of the road there.
Well, they do. They kind of poked with a just a end of a stick to make sure that there was nothing there, but they didn't get too close. So you make yourself through you make your way through the southern portion of Tree Bridge, and
Ooh.
it is truly a beautiful area here in the southern portion of Tree Bridge. The each of the houses seems to have a little enclosed yard that's visible to the center, the main walkway. You can the houses are also stacked, or I say stacked, but just lined up probably 4 or 5 deep on each side before you hit the sides of the trees that go the side of the tree for Tree Bridge that goes up, and there are also some upper levels of some of the houses there, and those seem to be the kind of the wealthiest houses. You might think that the wealthiest might be on the main road, but no, the wealthiest of them are those that seem to climb elegantly up the sides and provide balconies for people to be able to both see from, but also to relax on, and maybe even have get-togethers with their probably well-to-do crowd. You assume, but you make your way through, and you finally make it to the midway station of Tree Bridge. And as you get closer to the midway station, it's obvious that the quality of the houses are not necessarily what it was on the southern end of the bridge, but still, every one of these houses is still high quality, well put together, and definitely attractive. Even even the least expensive or most meager of all of them here on this southern area. But you get to the middle, and you notice that even the buildings here that are around the gate itself seem to be in a little bit of disrepair. And in one place in particular, it seems you look through the gate to this gate house that totally blocks the entire tree, and you do see some fire that may have burned out part of the building as well. But you also see something unique. You see long metal pipes that seem to run through the building. Maybe even where you're not really sure what these pipes may have been there for, but it certainly seems to be a different way of construction, and maybe even a different way of living right now. Go ahead.
This is very interesting to Harlow, and he would love to get closer and investigate these pipes. and to determine what they are.
You'd have to get through the gate first in order to do that. Okay.
They remind me of circling birds.
Is there anything that bars our way through the gates?
Well, the gate is closed right now. They keep opening it for each group that they actually allow through. But there's another group of guards here, and these guards seem to be much more practical. Where the guards on the southern end seemed well trained, well ordered, but also very ornamental in their dress. These seem to be clad and also handle themselves as if they have seen action and are ready for whatever may come. You feel like these guys are for real.
Nice. So if we're going through there, I'd just kind of give them a nice a nod, like a knowing sup, and then see if we can just walk on by.
They're like, whoa, whoa. So you guys are a little bit out of place here, aren't you? Why would you be headed north here?
What?
Hello, good sir. My name is Harlow.
Harlow. Talk faster.
Oh,
we ain't got time.
So sorry. I look over this these personages and guards. Do they have some kind of badges or something that I would perhaps know about? Maybe they have some type of repute or fame or infamy.
Go ahead and give me a check. You can make a insight check or a history check. Either one would be okay.
Okay.
Went with insight there. Well, so you rolled a 12, and so you would know that there are definitely different groups that are responsible for the guards at different places in Tree Bridge. You don't know much more than that. Okay.
I kind of like hawk some of the tobacco in my mouth and spit it off to the side again. And I look at him and I flash some hand signals. And thieves can't let them know that usual price. We're headed to the Solstice Festival, and you'll get a cut, the same cut as usual when we return.
What's wrong with your hands?
Sorry.
Yeah. The shakes from the dwarven mead.
So they look at again, Pro. They look at you and they're like, "Is there something wrong with this little gnome?"
I lean in. I walk into the group and say, "Forgive the mannerisms of my companion. He means no disrespect. We're traveling to Brukenvold for the solstice, and we're quite eager to get there. My friends have some wares they intend to sell. I have spiritual matters there. What is the procedure for passing through?"
Well, so there is a 2 silver cost for each individual. There are we would offer you that if you need protection, we can also supply you with appropriate protection. No one is obligated to take it, but as you get farther north in Tree Bridge, if you're not already aware, things do get a little bit rougher up there, and if you are interested, we can supply you with some reasonably priced protection.
What's the price for protective service during our travels?
Well, how much basically do you want to insure all of your goods for here?
Well, let me speak with my friends, and perhaps we'll be with you in a moment. And I turn around and I let the group know this was the price. They've said 2 silver per person to pass. It may be a shakedown, and ask what they'd like to do.
I quietly tell him, how about we tell them that we'll do 2 silver per person and settle on 3. And, if they don't like that, then, honestly, they're still asking us for less than what I originally offered them. So,
Also, I would like to tell the group that, unfortunately, I may have endangered us. And I pull the book out, and I like, this book must not fall into the wrong hands. So it's important that we keep it safe.
okay, easy. Don't chuck up a pellet. We don't need to be bringing that up right now.
Wait, how many guards were there?
So
it's ironic you say this.
good question, but there are clearly 4 guards manning the gate, and then there are at least another dozen that are mainly standing around, but on the northern side of the gate, the opposite side of the gate than you are coming from right now. Okay.
I say we offer them double what they originally countered with, because that's less than what I originally asked them for, and then we can settle on triple what they originally asked for, and then continue on. That's my suggestion.
Okay.
Perhaps we can trade. Perhaps we can trade with them.
No.
Do they look bored?
They look like men who need education.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh boy! Here we go. Not again.
All right, DM. If they look bored, I'm going to offer a little entertainment. I'll wrestle 2 of them. If they'll just let us pass.
You'll wrestle 2 of them for passing no fee. Okay.
Oh, why? No, that's the money we need for food.
Let's make it interesting. We can unhitch the donkey, and they can wrestle you and the donkey.
Who are you calling a donkey?
What is happening?
Just saying. I mean,
so what do you guys go back to them with? What do you go back to them with?
Okay, so Crow goes back and says, we'd like to offer you a sum of 3 silver pieces, 2 for what you asked, and 1 in the name of we know that you're also likely going to make the customary tithe at the Solstice Festival, but money is tight these days, and we'd like to offer in addition to the 2 silver, we'd like to give you an additional silver piece apiece for your colleagues for a total of 12 silver for your fee, and to be able to make the tithe this year. And may the blessings of the gods be upon you.
So they seem to be accepting of that offer, but the lead guard leads in and he says, "We'll keep an eye out for you, but this doesn't get you significant protection." He says, "I hope you either know how to handle yourself or watch for everything. But we do appreciate the additional amount, and we will make sure that at the very least that we are keeping an eye out and aware of where you are."
Thank you. That would be fine. That would be fine with us. And I nod to the group, and it looks like a little wink, like it looks like we're good.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, these guys are new. They went for far less than the last guys, so this is great.
So
awesome.
From as you walk by, one of the larger guards seems to be looking you up and down.
Okay, I'd like to make an insight check to see if I can determine what he's actually.
Man, he just wanted to check From out. Oh my gosh.
I need to know.
You have this amazing intuition. He feels like it looks like he's looking at him as if he was somebody that he knew from somewhere, and he's trying to figure out exactly where he knows him from. As you look at this guard, you notice that the guard seems to have maybe some things about his appearance that look very very similar to From as well.
Oh.
You're not really sure, but you think that From and this guy may have some sort of past.
So, From was he used to like to fight for sport. So, so there's that. So this may have been somebody that either saw one of these fights or was potentially a contestant.
Who looks a little bit like you?
Maybe it's a potential ally or an enemy.
Do I recognize him?
Wait a minute. So Crow's insight check is good enough that Crow, you're pretty sure that this does not seem to be combative or aggressive in nature.
I look at From. I look at the guy. I kind of like get From's attention, like with my head, just kind of nod over him, like, look at this guy.
And do I recognize him in return?
So From let me take a look at you here. Tell you which check I would like for you to make.
Well, while he's doing that, I think what Crow would say to him is something like, "You look like the woodcutters from the Northlands with your build, and now I see you here serving as a soldier. But I think thinks that there's more to you than meets the eye."
Yeah, From why don't you give me a perception check with advantage? Oh yeah, hey, you get your Sentinel's intuition, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Hey,
Hey, very good, very good. All right, well, yeah, you got a DC 15. That works definitely. So, From, you are certain that this is actually another guy who was involved in some of the gladiator sports back when you were involved in the same. You feel like maybe if you said something, it might garner some additional knowledge of Tree Bridge.
Nice. So, if there's clear recognition, I'll definitely approach him. Extend a hearty,
All right.
very, very firm, arm in arm handshake kind of a deal.
When you were a gladiator, there was a, kind of like two guys grabbing each other's hands, shaking hands, and squeezing as hard as you possibly
Handshake.
Oh yeah.
So
Lived a ride.
it is a
Did
test.
you call it a man shake?
And so
He's really understood gladiatorial combat, but
yep. All right. So anyway, you go up and basically you give him, that strength handshake. So give me an athletics test or an athletics check.
All right.
Oh no. Oh, you grab hold of his hand and very quickly you get the upper hand here. And he starts laughing and claps you on the shoulder and he says, "From, I thought I recognized you." Anyway, this is old one ear, and you look at him, and his nickname is One Ear, but his real name is Tui, Twhoy, and you realize that that you guys were actually to and from. and you guys had hung out for a long time when you were in the gladiatorial pits there. But
Yeah.
anyway, he's glad to see you again, and he's asking, what brings you to Tree Bridge?
Oh, we're passing through. We're going north.
Oh, just passing through. Oh, so you're headed to Brookenveld into the summer solstice.
Absolutely.
He says, be careful. We've heard some rumors that something may be going on with the solstice and in Brookenville. Nothing that we've been able to confirm yet, but there have been a couple of disgruntled people that have come back this way who said, that they couldn't believe what was going on and didn't give any additional information.
Hmm.
Huh.
Well,
Interesting.
perhaps an old ally might be a useful companion on this trip.
Oh, he says, I'd love to, but my job is here now. I retired from fighting professionally, and now I am in a very well-respected, force of guards here that really take care of making sure that the peace is kept here, especially around the center of Tree Bridge.
Has there been any strange happenings or occurrences around Tree Bridge?
This is Tree Bridge. There are always happenings and occurrences, but nothing that necessarily stands out, other than maybe some additional disrest that we've heard about on the north side here. So be careful as you go through. There've been a couple of rumors of disappearances.
Is there a... Go ahead. I'm sorry,
go
guys.
ahead.
No, you go.
I do ask him. I spit another wad of tobacco out, try and choke down any, and I tell him, are there any good apothecaries here in the middle lands of Tree Bridge? Because honestly, we want to make sure we're ready to go for any kind of serious issues that might happen.
There is one fantastic apothecary, but he's actually already closed up shop and headed to Brookenville. Maybe you can find him there.
Excellent.
Yeah. Okay.
What is the name of this apothecary?
The apothecary is it is Frankfurt.
Jürgen.
What'd you say, Bart?
Frankfurt Jürgen.
Frankfurt Jürgen. Frankfurt Gunther Jürgen. There we go.
Frankfurt Gunther Jürgen.
End of names. Put up on the spot.
Brother, nice job.
All right. So you can find Frankfurt, though, hopefully, in Brookenveld.
Shall we head through, or shall we stop at a local tavern for a drink before we go?
Well, having been through Tree Ridge before, Carl would suggest that we continue passing. We've already kind of passed the nicer areas where you could kind of hear the history of the cow that you were about to eat. So I think it's probably best if we continue moving forward and get through, because it's only really going to get darker before we get through the North End Passage.
Yeah.
As you wish. Shall we go?
All right. So the southern or the northern half of Tree Bridge is actually somewhat of a slum. There seems to be a lot more of these pipes and other things. And by the way, yeah, you had said that you were interested in that. So why don't you, and you being Harlow, why don't you give me either a investigation or a perception check?
Okay, yes. I will indeed use my eyes to really get into the grain and the grooves of the pipes.
All right. So you peer, around at the some of the damage that lets you see into the buildings, but then you also are able to look at, some of the other pipes that seem to be running even between the different buildings as well. So you're able to see them, but give me an insight check as well. Let's see if you can figure out exactly what they are.
Excellent.
Okay, very good, very good. All right. So you are taking a look at this, and you're sure that those pipes seem to be giving off steam, and there is no snow whatsoever or ice that is melted on these pipes. So you're sure that these pipes are warm and potentially carrying. You don't know whether it's warm water or warm air, but definitely seems to be carrying some stuff that is heated between the different buildings. You look and you kind of follow it, and there does seem to be one building in particular that seems to be like just a massive forge that has a lot more pipes going into it and out of it than any of the others. And you think about, wow, they're heating an entire part of the city, maybe from just this one massive forge area.
Fascinating.
It's cool.
I want to just run over, and as the party keeps moving, and I will hustle, I will, and just to just kind of perhaps stealthily get into the building and really look around at this this pipework. Become distracted by this new information.
Okay. All right. You are. Is there anything else you're trying to figure out about it, or you're just distracted?
I think he's just wanted to see kind of like where the pipes end, and then that kind of final product, right? And then he quickly exits the building and then runs to catch up with the others.
Do we notice that Harlow is missing for a little bit?
Who?
Why don't you, in particular, give me a perception check?
Okay.
Who?
Who? Who? Boop.
No, you have no idea that Harlow's gone.
Good, I didn't care.
You know what? I'm fairly certain I would have clocked it. I'm gonna give that a shot.
Okay, all right. You don't have any idea either. Harlow, nobody cared that you were
Maybe
gone.
not. Maybe not. I mean,
Maybe
I
not.
don't know.
All right, Harlow, you do. You're actually able to duck into.
The party like I was.
Right?
You're actually able to duck into one of the public buildings, like a store, and actually see how this pipe carries, and it's actually heated air is what it seems to be, that is actually coming out of that pipe into this store. So nobody else is aware of your departure.
Fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I make a mental note to perhaps.
One other thing: the closer the pipes are to the forge, the larger the pipes are too. Okay.
Some type of heat distribution proportionate to the wood and the makeup. I see. Yes, of course. And then there is the granary of the hickory, and looks like some tin wrapped and some foil. I got it. And then I run away.
I need from everybody.
Steam.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna try to talk to Al and be like, it's like a, fire and smoke and steam and water building pressure. That's all they're doing.
You're unaware of my investigation.
You are unaware of his investigation. You're not even aware that he was really interested in it. So
That's okay. I'll go empty the mule pouch again.
not in the middle of the city, please. Anyway,
I mean, I don't
for
think they care
everybody
here.
except Harlow, I need perception checks. So everybody, give
Okay.
me a perception check.
All right.
How do you manage to get? Anyway,
Mm.
You can make fun of me in a minute.
Bye,
Oh,
bud. Love you.
all of
Have
you.
fun.
My-
Be safe.
So we got from Mockingbird and Crow. I need. Yeah, there we go.
My passive perception is a 16.
Mine is a
Embarrassing.
15.
It's embarrassing.
It just, yeah. I mean, come on, guys. So you saw what the other two, and here's.
Oh, jeez, Louise. You,
It doesn't
it,
get
Dad.
So,
Dad, you literally just put from 3 times.
oh, that's nice. I tried to click on other people. From and Mockingbird. How about Mockingbird? There you go, Mockingbird.
A 6 on the
that's-
die. I love it.
It's kind of pitiful, but Mockingbird, I was really only trying to see who would actually have the highest roll. So, fortunately, this is not. It wasn't critical that you roll a DC, whatever. Mockingbird, as you guys make your way through the northern half of the city, it really gets a lot worse. This is tenement housing for more industrial workers, and it really gets worse and worse. The construction materials seem to be thinner and less useful, and so it's a good thing that they've got some level of heat from something actually doing something to heat the rest of it, because most of these people probably wouldn't make it through the winter in the thin construction materials for their tenement houses, right?
Right.
But you're getting close to the northern end, and you start to see more and more people that are probably people that are traveling to work in maybe the Brukenveld mines as well. There are more dwarves, there are more gnomes. They're a hardier looking bunch than the bunches of people that you saw on the southern end here as well. And as you pass one building, you look over to your right, and you see what appears to be a blind crone who is sitting on the ground on a maybe a winter blanket, rocking back and forth, and she has arrayed out in front of her a number of trinkets, and she's mumbling and shaking a large wooden bowl, kind of at everybody that's going by.
Oh, I definitely got to stop here.
Oh yeah. So as Mockingbird kind of notices, she does kind of reach out and very gently grab a piece of Crow's clothing just to catch his attention, and just, I know we're kind of in a rush, but maybe we take a look at what this old crone's got.
Agreed.
I also pulled a mule short, knowing these people and my background of being a man of or a small man of the people. I definitely want to make sure she's attended to.
Okay.
So as we observe, what do we observe about as we walk up on the crone? What do we observe about her, and then the kind of what she's got arrayed in front of her?
So it truly does look to be trinkets. There is one that looks to be a piece of jewelry that is carved in the shape of and painted like a golden dagger. There is another that looks to be it's more like a child's toy. We would say that it's made of wood. It's kind of like a temple entrance is what you think about it as back
Mm.
then.
Mm.
You would there are a couple of miniatures, wooden carved miniatures that are arrayed out in front of that, and so those miniatures are trinkets. Some of them are too big. I mean, they obviously don't go along with the toy that looks like a temple entrance, but you are amazed at the detail, though, of the carving of this temple entrance. It looks like it's got pillars that kind of uh, that rotate as well. You don't know why, they may spin, but I mean it's just a a feature of the little kids toy that's there. But those miniatures and the temple and the jewelry, those are the ones that catch your eye the most. There are a number of other trinkets, but those four are really the main things that catch your eye.
Crow says to her, he kind of kneels down to her to become closer to her and says, "Hello, mother. What fine woodcraft you have here. Your skill is apparent."
She said, "They're lucky charms. They're lucky charms. Give us a donation. Give us a donation and take what you'd like."
Absolutely. I reach into my little. I don't have much money because I'm not very.
Us.
Harlow is back with you guys, though. He got to you before you came to here. Harlow, give me a perception check.
Okay. Yes, I eyeball everything.
Ooh.
Harlow,
Really?
that is a fantastic roll, but you are shocked that all of a sudden you discover that the crone is no longer kneeling down there. She's up beside you, kind of stroking your feathers.
Ooh.
Kind of like stroking the back of your neck, Harlow.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
Hello, madam. How are you today?
You don't feel violated. You feel like this is a little bit of a crazy woman who's all of a sudden in your space.
Okay.
Well, sure, that makes it any better.
Is there anything like? Is this a custom or or does she respond to how are you doing? My name is Harlow, and I am Professor Sagefeather.
Harlow, you
New
think
in these parts.
you think you feel pretty sure this is not a custom. You feel pretty sure that this is just crazy.
I pay her twice as much as what we paid the guards.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. All right. So there are 4 different items then that you guys are able to take with you. Okay?
Before anybody touches them, can I do an Arcana check on them and just kind of check them out a little bit?
There's really not time to do that right now. You could do that
Okay.
later. Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I'm
But
not touching them though.
she's kind of at the
Is-
beginning. She was pushing these towards you, and you can definitely take those 4 different items.
In Thieves Can't, I motion and speak to her, some contextly, what's best. After I give her the 3 times what we paid the guards.
She says, "Is there something with your hands? I think he's having an epileptic seizure."
Yeah, it's unfortunately it's pretty common. Does that quite a lot. He'll be all right here in a
He
minute.
immediately goes back to stroking Harlow.
And
I let her pet the bird, and I just kind of walk away. But I do let her keep the understanding, like the Undercity and the needs there. I do keep. I let her have the money and walk away.
I checked for my book. Is my book okay?
Book is just fine. And Harlow, as you are leaving, there is a wooden coin that she pushes into your feathery. Okay.
Got a wooden coin. Note.
I would like to leave her with
T-ball.
something as well.
Okay.
Either a medicinal tip or perhaps a performance of some sort of thing. Something to maybe soothe
Oh.
her.
You reach for your loot, and she
Mhm.
immediately kind of lights up. Like
Oh no.
she seems to be very excited about you and that loot.
I find a stump and you know, get the loot just right, and then perhaps something sung around the campfire. You know, a
Okay.
as the embers of our journey smolder in the hearth of the shared tales, let the cadence of respite unfurl. Something like that.
All right, give me a performance check, please.
That was
Here we go.
amazing.
Great job. So proud.
Oh, nice. All right. So as you wrap things up, it looks like she's kind of lost focused on you, but she is still dancing and humming your tune to your tune. Okay. And she seems to totally have lost track of you, but she's just kind of, you know, uh, hopping around and spinning, but you hear her humming your tune as she does so.
Is she humming like "Let's get down to business to defeat
Do
the
the
Huns"?
DM as I'm playing this, I can look around. Do the pipes come out to this far?
Oh my gosh.
They do not come out this far. So these buildings here on the end, they're actually more they're not any better constructed, but they're made from thicker, heavier materials.
Mhm.
Where some of the materials for the other houses were actually wooden and thinner. These are actually more mud, stone, even hay, in mud. But just to make whatever walls and protection from the elements they can make down here.
Would the piping give them warm water and warm conditions in the winter?
You do feel that if the piping made it this far, that it could make some improvements, but you're not sure why the piping doesn't get this far.
Ooh, I'm a well-educated man. I bet I could figure it out.
Yeah, you feel like you really could figure it out, but it takes some time and study.
um, hmm.
Maybe that's something you should come back to Tree Bridge for.
I begin to yes. I'm gonna write a nicely worded letter to the potentate of Tree Bridge
How long has
as we move
Harlow
on.
been sitting? Okay. All right. You said as we move on. Okay. I was
Yeah,
about to
I mean,
say,
as
how
we
long
leave,
have you
I'll
been
write
sitting, sir?
I would like to like really put in a lot of work into a formal letter about getting that piping out to all the other people, and then when we get to Brook and Velve or whatever, I can give it to someone along the road once it's prepared.
Mhm.
If we cross somebody going the other way, I'll say, hey, can you give this to the lords and ladies, the mayor, the town council, if you will.
Mhm.
Um,
I love it.
as we gotta go, Mockingbird will kind of lean over to From and just, will you make sure the bird keeps up? He keeps getting distracted by that letter he's writing or whatever.
Yeah, from just kind of goes, he snorts in such a way it sounds like he's trying to get the biggest, nastiest loogie out of his nasal cavity that he can, and just he doesn't bother spitting it. That's pretty much his response.
Oh,
Well, all right. So you're able to extract yourself from that conversation, that interlude. you feel, I don't know, you feel positive about the interlude. All of you do. You've got kind of a warm fuzzy, right? About
Mhm.
having done that. Harlow, you are definitely going to follow up on this as well. Try to see what improvements could be made around here. You're sure that just with a little bit more intelligence around here, things could be better.
I give him like a cost, like if you go this way and that way, you probably shave off a couple of gold pieces in cost.
Excellent.
Something like, something along those lines. But also I need to write it in such a way that I inspire them to continue on this piping. I really tell them like this is a marvel and it really should be going out to your whole town so that everybody can see it.
Nice. Okay. Yep. All right. So you get to the northern gate, and the northern gate is wide open. The guards here are certainly a motley crew. They look like just anybody else that you've seen on the streets, except some of them happen to have clubs and maybe a knife here or there. But they're kind of just lounging around watching. They seem to be watching people coming in a lot more than they're watching people going out. You don't feel like there would be any issue with you guys just walking through the gate going out to the north.
Mockingbird's just walking out.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's proceed.
Okay. I need a perception check from Carl.
Carl!
Carl is driving the cart right now, and however, I will be happy to be his eyes, his out,
Carl, yeah. Hold on.
Carl's
Carl-
really driving that cart. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I get it. Carl, make a check here. Hold on.
No, I don't know what you're saying. That sounds.
He's got to concentrate on the donkey right now.
Acrobatic, animal handling, investigation, perception. There we go. Perception. All right. All right. That's actually pretty good. So as you're headed north and out the gate, Carl finally sees somebody who seems to be messaging him in the manner in which he is accustomed to messaging people.
Gosh! Finally!
It had to be Carl, y'all. It had to be Carl.
Timing.
It had to be
timing is everything.
Carl.
Yeah. Anyway,
Oh no.
so Carl does seem to get a message. Y'all don't know this, but Carl gets a message. All right. So let's take a break. We are a little bit more than halfway in. So why don't we take a short break and come back in? Let's just come back in, say 8 minutes. Okay.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
See everybody soon.
All right. So you made your way through Brookenvold. I mean, not through Brookenvold. Through
Bridge.
Tree Bridge. You made your way through Tree Bridge. So Carl, did you understand that you got a message from the guards as you left Tree Bridge?
No, I did not yet. Sorry. I had to step later.
Okay, that's what we were talking about. So as you were exiting Tree Bridge, you successfully rolled your perception check, and you noticed that all of a sudden the guards on the end were communicating to you the way that you were expecting to be communicated to the entire time.
Oh, I'm having epileptic seizures all at once.
Wow, what a sight!
Mm,
Imagine.
It's just not kind to people with
Mm-hmm.
nervous disorders. That's fine. That's that's on y'all. So I mean that's okay.
Rude.
All right, and I'll provide you with the message that you got in a whisper.
Thank you.
Okay.
Please and thank you.
All right, no problem. All right, so you are now headed down the road towards Brookenvold. you know that it's probably about a day and a half travel right now, assuming no bad weather gets in the way. So it's not too far, but you should be able to make it. At some point, maybe late tomorrow. You should be able to make it there. Okay.
I see.
Mhm.
All right.
Um, having been through Tree Ridge before, and going from like the nice cobblestones of the one end all the way down to the metal plating of the other end. I want to make sure that the wheels on the cart are okay,
They go round and round.
and that the shoes on the mule are all right as well.
The actually yes. You are definitely relieved that the wheels still seem to be functioning properly, but there seem to be no issues with the mule. So
Okay, well then I hop back up in, make sure my trusty crossbow is nearby, and I'm ready to get you
mhm.
along as soon as the rest of the team is.
Aye, aye.
DM Harlow would like to use his eyes, his big golden eyes, which if my companions have watched me as I look to the sky, I'm studying the clouds and the wind to try to predict the coming weather patterns. They will know that the eyes seem very glassy, and also the golden is from what looks to be fine gear work, like clockworks
cool.
within the eyes.
Oh, neat.
And they kind of go, zzz, but they make just a very hint of a sound.
Oh, cool.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And hold on.
Oh no.
He's pretty confident about the coming weather,
Oh,
unless it's weird.
You do feel pretty confident about the coming weather. The coming weather right now looks like it's probably overcast, and there's probably going to be some snow. Maybe later in the day today, you expect that overnight there should be little to no snow, but you expect that there will be more snow tomorrow.
Okay,
Hmm.
weatherman.
Love
Hey,
snow.
thanks for the green screen.
The weather will be normal.
Normal, and that means snowy.
Are we expecting like summer weather or
No.
like winter weather?
Winter, snowy weather.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I speak just like that too. Slowly. Winter weather. There will be snow, and I use my
Now,
hands.
do,
I point to the clouds.
do y'all think he was a good teacher? He was the teacher everybody hated. I think I have a feeling which one he was.
Nice.
I tell the owl, I was like, good thing we got a mule. And then I'd give another spit off to the side.
All
I
right.
tell him the grayback ridge mule is a fascinating creature. 300 years ago there was, and I just kind of trail off.
How hard do you think we'd have to hit him to get him to shut up?
God damn, you trail off on the only interesting thing you said all day.
I didn't want to go for 30 minutes on the ridgeback mule, okay, but I will if I have
I was
to.
Probably
done.
no.
I mean, I was
Please
down.
no, Dad. I have a hard stop at 6:15.
Exactly,
I was down
right?
for that part. I was down for that part.
All right.
Meta, I'm being nice,
Y'all pay attention now.
respectful.
Things gotta progress. So
Moving right along.
you go about you've got most of the day left to travel today. Okay. You go to about mid-afternoon, and you're going down a road that is definitely in a shallow valley, so not steep sides or anything like that, but definitely heavily wooded on either side, and lots of snow. Snow is packed on the road. You can see that obviously people have been traveling this way, but unusually it's deserted. You would really expect that there would be a lot more people traveling to the Solstice Festival, and you are not
Mm.
fighting anybody. All of a sudden, though, the forest itself goes deathly quiet. And you go another 5 minutes, it is still deathly quiet. You go another 10 minutes, it is deathly quiet. Give me a perception check, everybody.
Let's go.
Oh,
Oh boy.
does
My
not
eyes
sound
are
good.
scanning for danger.
Are they?
Not good.
Are they though? Oh no, guys.
They're really affected by the silence.
Hold on. Get a straight winner. Hold on.
There's a,
I
there's a
love
wind
how
in
I
my
have-
eyes. Can't really
Look
see.
at that. 4. Yes.
Fancy.
Dang.
Just dang, y'all. All right. Fortunately, you had Mockingbird and Crow Cold Iron with you. So you hear muffled, and you can't tell. Well, you may not be able to tell exactly which direction it's coming from, but you hear a jingling bell. You hear like sleigh bells.
Santa's coming for us, guys.
Okay. Mockingbird and Crow, please give me a survival check.
Oh,
Oh
snap.
no.
Let's see. Survival checks. Let's see. Where do I find that?
Skill
So
stat.
it's in the same place as your perception check.
Oh, got it. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, got it.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Let's go.
But unfortunately, you're not able to detect exactly where it's coming from. Things are deathly quiet. Another few minutes pass, but like not just a few minutes. This is a much shorter period of time, but like 30 seconds pass. You hear it again. You're all kind of jerking around, trying to figure not like making noise or anything, but just like something seems to be stalking you. You're sure of it.
Are there any stand out markings, like, because you said there was a light layer of snow that was patted down, right?
Yeah. So I mean, like compacted with both foot traffic and wagon traffic and horse traffic, maybe even some mules and some cattle or oxen, but it also seems to be normal traffic.
I'd like to take an action if I could.
Yeah.
I'd like to use my beast shape, and I'd like to turn into a kind of a fox that you would find in this area.
Okay.
And I just want to run in a kind of a general, like a circle 8 pattern, and a large circle 8 pattern around the area, to try to use my my fox senses of hearing and smell.
Understood. All right.
Yeah.
So do me a favor. You are able to wild shape into an Arctic fox. You've seen them many times. So you're you get a nice white coat and you're able to blend in. I want 3 different rolls from you. I want a stealth check, and all of these can be with advantage now. Okay. So I want a stealth check, I want a perception check, and I want a survival check. Okay.
Do you want them done with the fox stat block for the stealth?
With advantage. So no, I'm fine with him rolling them. Actually, you know what? Let's give him the fox.
Because I think the fox has a higher dex than he does.
Well, and I also want to show off Fantasy Grounds here and what we can do with it too.
There you go.
Okay, while you're doing that, I just want to. My character leans over to the Professor Owl and says, "Well, I'll be damned. Look at that."
Yes, it's fascinating. Yes.
And then he spits off
all right,
some more jaw to the
is
side.
there really no fox in the
There has to be.
I've
not used it before.
I've got everything.
Pretty sure he's going to do something real interesting real soon.
Source.
I've got a monster manual. I've got the DM's guide. I've got all of the other.
Hold on.
Xanathars.
You can use
Well,
a
Monsters
might as well
galore.
empty out
dog.
the basket from the
I
back of the
have no
mule.
books.
How do you
Gi-
not have a fox?
Give me a D&D
um,
stat block.
Druid wild
I'm
shapes.
I'm looking right now
Um,
in the back of.
Why is there a
Wow,
feather in
there's
this?
no.
What you been doing with my mule there, Owlboy?
This is a very interesting dwarf.
I have
Um,
no.
Wow. Is there
Oh.
not an official fox stat block?
Obviously not, but go ahead. Give
I'm
me
look-
a made up one.
I'm
I
looking
found
at.
one.
Yeah, go ahead. Okay.
It's a. Oh, what do you got? What we got? What we got?
I'm looking at the cat and the dire wolf, and I'm looking at like similar like catty type things, and they all have a 15 dex.
Okay.
The one I found, yeah, is 16 dex. The only reason I would think a fox would be slightly higher is just
Yeah.
because of its
Nimble.
yeah, it's so nimble and its evasive maneuvers,
Yeah.
and it can burrow too. So
Yeah.
I posted one in chat.
Wisdom.
okay.
Yeah, wisdom
also
is
did.
here too, because it's a perception check. But
The wisdom won't matter because as in a wild shape, you keep whichever is higher because you
your
keep your
wisdom.
mental stats.
Okay.
Yep,
Garner,
unless it's
are
something
you gonna make?
specific.
Okay. That's good. Garner, will you make the roll for that?
So dexterity. His dexterity gives him a +3, and yours would be
Plus,
looking
My
at.
dex.
his is only a
Look
+1.
around too.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So I'm going to let you make the roll, but what I want you to do is I want you to stop rolling from like you just rolled a natty 1.
Yes.
Another?
All right. So
Oh,
what I want is on the stealth, you will get +2, but with advantage. And let me tell you how to do advantage. In the
Okay.
bottom left-hand corner of your screen, there's a
Mhm.
button that says ADV on it. Do you see that?
I do.
All right, click that.
Yep.
Then type 2 in the modifier box right beside it.
There's a +2 next to it.
Well,
Oh yeah,
actually,
that's right. You can
don't
click that.
don't type anything in the box then. It needs to be 0, and you click the 2.
Okay. So
Advantage
type.
and 2.
So write the number 2. Okay, got it. Okay.
Wait. You can either do the +2 or type 2 in the modifier box. Either one.
I did.
Okay,
I
good.
typed 2 in there.
Okay, and you click the advantage button, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now make a stealth check.
Now stealth. Okay. Here we go.
See, it automatically rolls the
Nice.
advantage with both of them, and it adds 2 to it after your roll.
Oh, it's handy.
So-
Very handy.
Look at that. You drop the 2, and so you get to keep the 19, and you get +3 added to it instead of +1 that you normally would. All right, so
Awesome.
great stealth check. So you'll be fine on stealth. Okay, so then I need I need just an advantage. Click the advantage button again and make your perception check.
Advantage. Perception.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right, and then the final one will be advantage survival.
Oh, okay. Let's go.
Nice. Okay. All right. Very good. So good rolls all the way around. So you're able to quickly shift and wild shape into the fox. You begin running around and exploring. A couple of times you see something up ahead that seems to be not not normally what you'd expect to see in the forest, but you're not sure what's off. And before you can get there, or by the time you get there, there's still nothing to see. Like you get there and then it's a pine tree, or it's a rock that's sticking out of the ground that you're looking at, but nothing. When you get there, nothing seems to be out of place.
Oh, interesting.
something's amiss though. You're sure of it.
Okay. I'm gonna lay still, like lay down crouch as far down as I can, and make no movement, and just use the power of observation, and just stay there for another moment or so.
Okay, go ahead and give me another stealth check with advantage, and give
Okay,
me
so
another perception check with advantage.
and neither of those are with the +2, yeah.
No,
It's
the
just
stealth would be with the 2. Stealth with
okay.
2.
Got it. Okay, got it. So I'll do stealth first,
Mm-hmm.
and
Not
Not
quite
so
as
hot.
stealthy as you were last time.
tripping
Okay.
over myself.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then perception.
Yep.
All right, here we go.
Perception's not going to matter really because you were not stealthy. So
No,
even though you are highly perceptive, you were
Right.
not stealthy, and so you
not stealthy at all.
Yeah, you didn't have
All
a
right.
chance to see something else.
Well, having seen nothing else, I head back to the group.
I tell him, I said, it's warmer over there by the mule pile.
and I head back to the group, and I transform back into my dwarven self, and I tell them that there is something out there, and I explain kind of the elusive nature of the phenomenon that we're seeing, and I share with them that I've seen and I've heard in my travels as a druid of such fey folk that sometimes inhabit the forest, but you haven't seen any like this that kind of were mirage like.
A fae, you say?
As the
Carl feels like he's somewhat seasoned, but he also feels a little unnerved by the fact that it got so silent in the forest. He's done this.
Mhm.
He's done this trek a couple of times, but yeah, that kind of unnerved him a little bit. So he's a little nervous, and he just kind of
Gets good,
caresses
okay.
his crossbow a couple times, make sure it's good and ready and well oiled, and takes a deep breath and clicks at the mule. Get ready to go.
Now, are you sure it's fae?
No,
Or is that just an assumption?
no, I'm not. I've seen things like this before that are fey in nature, but as to the true nature of this thing, your guess is as good as mine.
So, question, DM. I get as a blood hunter, I get advantage on wisdom checks to track or intelligence checks to recall information about fae, fiends, or undead. May I try and recall if I know a fae with these indicators?
Sure, you may try. Go ahead and make a check.
And I can get my
Mockingbird.
advantage on that because you
Mockingbird.
did.
Mockingbird.
Mhm.
I think with the approaching danger, it is time for me to take you all under my wing as students, and offer the wisdom and the inspiration that I
Bardic
often
inspiration.
harness and bring out of my pupils, if you allow
I
for
think
such things to happen.
it's a noble act.
I think I can accept it this time.
Okay. I as you are discussing, Mockingbird, as you're discussing kind of like fey creatures, and you're trying to recall this, right?
Mhm.
I look at you, and I say, in the scroll of time, find the verses that empower. Allow the wisdom of ages past to infuse your every endeavor with the resonance of erudition. Unfurl the scrolls of potential and script your saga with the ink of enlightened prowess. And you are now inspired.
Woo, bardic inspiration. Here.
Hey,
Let
Professor
me.
Al, do you mind if I keep the mule moving while you preach from the
Um,
back?
Dad, I had
Absolutely. And I am a
accidentally
teacher, not a preacher.
I had
Oh,
accidentally
sorry.
dropped the roll already. Do you want me just to roll a d8 to add to it?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
All right. So, all right. Pretty good rolls, but unfortunately, you're not aware of any additional Fae that would
Hmm.
have behaved like this. I mean, you think Fae's a good idea, but you've never run into anything like this. You also feel like maybe there could be other things out there that do this too. So
Sure,
maybe it's
sure.
Fae, maybe it's not.
Yeah. Well, it was worth a try.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting.
We should be on our guard as we move out.
Perhaps we
think-
should
I
move
would
quickly
agree.
and get out of the forest.
Yes. And yeah, it's a good idea.
All right, guys. The forest is getting darker. You're getting towards towards total dark here. Few of you aren't worried about that. You can see in the dark. Some of you not so good. But
I make sure somebody with a steady hand on a distance weapon is ready at the back of the wagon, just in case.
I'm not sure that anybody other than you has a good distance weapon.
No, I have a crossbow, but that's it.
Okay.
That counts.
Yeah, that counts. Mockingbird can do that.
Yeah, I can. Not a
King
problem.
bird.
Right.
I do
Yeah.
have a javelin, but I can't see that well in the dark.
I also can't see that well in the dark, but that's
Alright,
okay.
Javelin ride shotgun. You're in the back with the other crossbow. We're good to go.
I think I'm gonna activate Shillelagh on my quarterstaff.
Okay.
Hard to beat,
Right.
Shalom.
So traveling along this road is definitely getting a little bit harder. The snow, the ice, it's getting deeper, and obviously that means that it seems like not nearly as many people have passed here again. You start to pass by. You feel like, hey, we're getting closer to Brookenvold. We got another at least half day's travel after we rest tonight to get there, but um, you also see what appear to be some abandoned homesteads off to the left and the right. Finally, you actually see one with smoke that is still billowing from a stone chimney.
Mm.
I would suggest that we've been on the road for a while. We probably could use some like rest and respite.
Mm.
I would like to laser focus in on this cabin with my eyes and see if I detect anything or see anything, hanging, trinkets or a fetish of some sort, or anything that would give me, even tools, an idea of who or what might live there.
Go ahead and give me
Du-
a check.
Dungeon
Okay.
Master General.
Give me a perception check. Yes.
I do want to ask the owl creature if he is good at being kind of like unobserved as he goes out in the world and does his anthropological studies.
Mm.
Yes. My godmother taught me how to walk about silently so that you don't disturb her in her studies.
I mean,
And
obviously, if you're going to be out looking at other, creatures or societies, you don't necessarily need to
yes,
let them know they're being observed, right?
exactly. Why disturb? You don't want to disturb the natural order of things.
If
Agreed.
you're confident in your skills there, maybe the two of us could go and just kind of scout things around.
Right.
I would love to join you.
From where you are right now, just on the road, and looking, at the, across the pastures at this, and there's a little lake right in front of the cabin with the smoking chimney. the one thing that seems to stand out, other than the fact that it seems to be inhabited because there's smoke coming out of it, is that there seem to be some livestock roaming around in the yard.
Hmm.
Okay.
What kind
Right.
what,
No, if he could steer the mule down the lane a little bit, like as if we hadn't stopped,
Mm-hmm.
and then me and
Okay.
the owl.
So Harlow, I need you to make me a survival check to see if you can identify the livestock.
Okay. Let's focus in.
You really you see the outline, but
Could be a
you
deer, could
think-
be a
you
sheep,
think
could be a goat.
maybe it's
God
got
only knows.
well.
Forelegs,
You're,
two.
you're sure that
small?
it's got some sort of horns or maybe antlers on it.
Oh,
That's about it.
interesting.
Hmm.
Generally not a domesticated animal that has the horns, I am told.
Okay. All right. So now, since the two of you are going to, all right, whoever is left with the party who is best at deception, make a deception check, please. So between Crow, From, and Mockingbird, y'all
Not
make.
me.
Sorry, it's Harlow.
From Mocking.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So then Crow and From, whoever's got the best deception, make a deception check.
Mine's not very good. I've got a +1, but I'll make one.
Oh, I've got a -1. Why don't you let me do it?
Or excuse me, no, I'm sorry. Mine's a
If anyone
-1.
needs a small class,
Let's go.
Mine's a +0. I've got it.
We're
No, no.
driving the cart
Fine.
along.
Crow has +1.
Would
Let-
you
make
No,
it.
no, I'm a -1.
You're -1 too.
would you
Yeah.
Mockingbird,
would you
good luck.
accept a performance check?
Nope.
Accept a performance check.
Nope.
All right.
This
Good
is
luck.
not that type of form.
remember, students, if you have any trepidation, please call upon me, and I will give you.
y'all
instructions.
are trying to pretend to, not pause, keep going. I mean, it is deception. And From, if it were related to, the performance stuff that you do with being a gladiator and whatnot, I would give that to you, but no, that's not what this is. So all right. So now I need Harlow and
Driving
Carl.
carts now, like,
Yep.
super easy. Yeah, you guys didn't realize that. Yeah, no, every skill has its way,
All right. If you're done with your monologue, Carl,
I just thought it was funny.
give me a stealth check. Harlow, you give me a stealth check too.
We're on it.
Excellent.
Hate you.
Are we going in the tower or out in the open?
It's fine to do it out in the open. You don't know what the DC is, so.
Exactly. Carl,
Ooh,
Please.
ow.
please, Carl.
As you silently
I probably
float
should
across the
stop
snow-
cursing as I'm trying to hide.
Yeah, as you silently float across the snow, Harlow, you hear Carl behind you. Ow! Oh! Ow! 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 Oh!
You would never make it in the Great Library. Too loud. Silent.
Carl, I don't think you were as quiet as you wanted to be.
Nope.
All
Not a
right.
bit.
All right. So I'm going to rearrange things here.
I see that you have skill and the ability to find every stick in your path.
All right.
I
So,
also know how to find a quill.
right. But you guys get to, you get up near the, and this is what you see.
Oh, snap.
Oh, snap. Okay.
It is somewhat of a bluish.
A bloodstain
There it
on a
is.
field of blue.
That
Yeah,
was
and
what it
we're
looked
not
like.
seeing much of a map. Oh, no, there. Yep, we're there.
There we go. That's not
That
very
ain't-
good with everything that's blocked. That sucks.
There was some buffering.
Ah, damn. I hate that. All right. Yeah, so let me actually turn on party vision here so everybody can see that. But we got
Look at that owl just flying around. I mean, just
well,
like,
I'm doing that. So it is not it is
who
not
are
him.
you?
Carl,
Mhm.
Carl, I feel kind of bad, sneaking about outside someone's house.
Okay, but
Would you like to knock
you
on
guys
the
are
door?
approaching the house, and this is obviously what you see.
I would.
Okay.
Okay, I'll be around the back. Don't tell them I'm there. I'll lift them with my foot stomping.
Okay. You are close enough, and the problem, Harlow, is not that it's not that you couldn't see these things. It's that you really just don't know what kind of deer or crazy forest beasts these are.
Really, they're brand new to me.
They're
No idea.
fat deer, is what they are.
They're who deer?
Fat deer. They're bigger than
Deer.
deer that you normally see. I mean, you know what a normal deer looks like. I mean, you don't know the difference between a mule deer and a whitetail deer, but you know what a deer is. And these look like deer, but they're kind of fat, chubby deer.
Perhaps I should try to catch up at the party there.
Well,
Dinner.
fed deer. Okay.
I'd like to run up if I could, or walk up to and try to join the group there. See if I
You
can
want
lend.
to go with Harlan and or
Yes, I think
Harlow
so.
and Carl.
I
Okay.
think so. I think I might be able to assist here.
All right. Mockingbird and Mockingbird and From, are you gonna just stay with the wagon, or are you going to
As Crow is about to head that way, Mockingbird kind of just leans down and, do we really need to stay here with the wagon, or should we all stay together?
Experience tells me it's better to stay together. But let's bring the wagon in closer to the house.
How close can we get the wagon to the house?
Well, I mean, you can drive it right up to where you are. You can't get it inside the
I figured.
little gate area, but you
I want to
can.
make sure. I'll put it like right to the side,
Imagine
so
a-
just slightly out of the way.
Imagine an invisible personal area, right? We don't want to pull the wagon up on their front porch.
That's right.
No, not at all. We're
Put it out there that
we're here.
hate is my favorite mule.
Yes.
Let's not get hate killed.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go
Right.
identify some animals.
So,
Okay.
go ahead and make a survival check there, Crow.
Okay.
All right, Crow. You're pretty sure these are reindeer.
Okay.
Grandma got
they
run
tasty?
over by a
Tasty
reindeer.
I'd like to
Just point of order: are they caribou
please.
or reindeer?
Carl doesn't have a clue.
Crow is pretty sure that they are reindeer. Carl doesn't have a clue.
I believe these are reindeer. I am certain they are reindeer. Actually, I
they
want to
are northern cabin reindeer.
That's right.
Northern
Yeah, so I want to approach the reindeer in the manner that a druid would approach another, creature of nature,
Yep.
and just to see if I can observe anything about these particular reindeer. If there's any markings, it's not uncommon for livestock to be branded or personal animals to have some kind of identification on them. So
Okay,
get a little bit closer.
Make an animal handling check, please.
All right, let's go.
Oh yeah, you're definitely able to approach the reindeer. There's actually one just over to the southeast of you there, and so you're able to see that reindeer. It definitely appears to be domesticated. It seems to be like nosing you as if it's trying to get you to give it some grain or something else like that.
I reach into my coat and I take out a small bit of ration, and I put it low under its muzzle and then rub its nose, rub its kind of its its muzzle as it's nibbling on the rations.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Good enough. All right. What do you guys do?
I just let the group know that there's nothing that looks very inherently suspicious with the reindeer, and they appear to be healthy and hungry.
I'm gonna look in the window. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Carl.
Carl is doing the exact same thing, except he's like, standing up on the wood pile, kind of hopping up, so he can kind of see in the window a little bit, and then hopping up again to get another glance.
I want to look. Let me look.
All right. I need a perception check from Mockingbird and Carl. Mockingbird, you hit your head on the window as you.
That adds up. All right.
You're not even able to look in because
you're my bad luck charm, dude.
Look, you're the one that's rolling natty ones.
You're my bad luck charm.
Carl.
Carl got me. Carl got me.
Carl, you happen to stack the logs.
Once she bangs her head, I kind of like jump on her head and then like just kind of stand so you can get
No, you're on the left side, left window, and she's on the right window.
Oh,
you take the logs from the log pile, and you're able to basically find a couple of smaller ones that even look like stilts, and you're able to easily walk right up to the window and peer right in. So inside, first of all, there does seem to be a fire burning in the fireplace inside. You see that. Off to the left-hand side, though, you see a woman who is on her knees, kind of not in a fetal position on her side, but bowed down on her knees, hunched over and crying.
And this is why we knock.
It's tax season.
Yeah.
Also, Mockingbird, the house is not full of snow. Your windows are frosted.
Yep.
Well, you got to travel and get, the census is going on. So, let's see what she's got, Yeah, go ahead, Mr. L.
I think we should knock on the door and see if we might help. Maybe she needs a cheerful group.
I sure as hell ain't gonna be the one knocking. I think you can do it.
All right. So Harlow goes up and knocks on the door.
No need to be rude.
Carl, you're still looking in the window. Her head snaps up when he knocks on the door. You see her face, and she looks terrified. Additionally, it looks like she's got blood all over her hands and all over the front of her dress.
Oof.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Hello, we are weary travelers in this area, and would just wanted to see if we could
around to the back side of the house while he's talking to her to see if there's like maybe a back entrance that I could kind of.
I can sneak
Right.
around.
Shimmy open.
Right. So
willing to work for a warm hearth.
All right. So Carl's sneaking around. Harlow, you are calling out to her, trying to be as
Civil.
I guess as
Polite,
normal as possible.
Yes, absolutely.
Not trying to raise any alarm bells or anything like that, right? So why don't you give me a persuasion check, okay, with your calls to her, and Um, that's Harlow. Who? Harlow. All right, Harlow. You seem to be doing a pretty good. You feel like you're doing a pretty good job. You do realize that it was a pretty good job when she does come to the door and opens the door. All right. So Carl, you have slipped around the side of the house. I could make you roll stealth, but you're probably going to roll another natty one. So I'm just going to assume that the whole world hears you and sees you. And no, what you do need to roll a stealth check, Carl. What you see as you step around there is a sleigh and a harness parked half covered in snow and debris.
Wow.
Did she murder Santa?
It looks, well, it certainly looks like something happened here. It looks like the sleigh came in hot and heavy, is what it looks like. The sleigh is in
Grandma got
somewhat
run over.
disrepair though, and the old mule. You hear an old mule whinnying as well. Okay.
All right, I bring hate, or I mean, actually, hold up. Sorry, no, since we're still trying to do the other.
It was outside. All right, or out front. You're still around back.
Yeah, no, I mean, how does it sound like the professor's getting along at the front door?
It sounded like the professor convinced her that that he and whoever is with him are just normal travelers who are just here for normal reasons in the middle of winter. You're not really sure.
Can I sneak in the back and just see if she has got anything kind of crazy going on here?
The professor seems to have a silver tongue. I mean, so Harlow, when she opens the door, she again bursts into tears. You definitely see that there's blood all over her front right now.
Madam, are you injured?
She starts to get hysterical.
Please, if allow me to help. And I look around the room to kind of assess what is happening, and obviously her first to see if she has some type of injuries, and then just.
She does not seem to be injured. There certainly was some sort of a fight here, but she is getting worse and worse at this point.
Okay.
I'd like to sneak in the back and see if there's anything like that would belie her story or might be of value in her bedroom.
It is a 1-bedroom cabin. You could tell that from looking in the door and having gone around here that it's a 1-bedroom cabin. The other attached room.
We won't rob the peasantry. Okay.
The other attached room or the other attached building seems to be a stable for livestock.
All right. I do want to check on their mule. I do have a fondness for beasts of burden.
Okay.
Right, I'd like to go alongside Harlow.
Okay. All right.
And
okay.
Go ahead.
Just this is just mechanics of the interface that we're using for Fantasy Grounds. So you can move your token around. Your token is that one that is furthest south here.
Got it.
Your perspective should be from that token's perspective, and so as you move around, the light will change, the line of sight, other things like that. But just drag your token through the gate and up beside Harlow, right?
Okay.
So and you and Harlow can actually there's room for you to step inside. She's opened the door and stepped back. You can definitely step inside and take a look around. At what you see, and so you see a bed. You see a number of different pallets that look like they may be for children. You see a little workshop area there as well. But just for the record, the woman is not old. The woman is, probably a late 30s, early 40s type age for a human. and again, she is getting out of hand with
Okay.
how distraught she seems to be.
I'd like to cast Charm Person on her.
Mhm,
Okay,
mhm.
so the we the one that I need you to roll is actually the die.
Oh,
That
sorry.
so yeah.
Let's try that again.
Mm-hmm.
How do
Um,
so for this, this is my first time casting a spell using
Mm-hmm.
using Fantasy Grounds. So
Yep.
can you just talk me through the mechanic?
Yeah, so actually what I need you to do is in your spell list there on the
Mhm.
actions tab of your character sheet, go
Yep.
down to charm person
Mhm.
and grab and drag and drop that cast it's the first, it looks like a die. It's the
Mhm.
first icon beside your
Yep.
charm person spell. Drop it into
Mhm.
chat.
Oh,
Okay?
okay.
Yep.
Did it? Let's see. Hold on, let me try it again. Did you see it? I see it
Um,
in the chat. I see it twice.
No, you didn't. What you got was not the die roll. You got the um you got the no, it's you're right, it's doing that. I actually want it to roll it. I
He
know
needs
why
a
you
target.
need a target for it to roll. So actually
Okay.
yeah, the target gets the save, gets the wisdom save. So let me roll the save here.
Okay.
There we go. Okay. Let's just say that she immediately calms down.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, yeah. And I'll
Um,
say, Professor, she's all yours.
Well, no, Crow. I don't. I don't think that she's going to look at me the same way she's going to look at you right now. However, I can help you.
Yes.
In
What should I say to her? I'm not very good with words. I'm not very scholarly.
well, you speak slowly so that the subject can understand, and
Hello, ma'am. I am Crow
slower.
Cold Iron.
oh
I am
no.
a dwarf, and I show myself like with my hand. Small, not big. And I am from the mountains, which are bigger than me. And then I look over at
I look at Crow.
Harlow.
I
Like,
give him a thumbs up, right? Like you're doing great. And then I put two fingers together, like, and I mouth the words, "Get to the point."
we mean you no harm. What happened
There
here?
you go. Yes, good.
So in a nonplussed voice that is totally weird after how distraught she was, she explains that that there was a strange silence that came over the area, and that it was strange enough to awaken her and her husband, thinking that it might be some crazed wild animals that were, obviously maybe rabid or something else, but they were not making any noise. Could have been a snow cat or bear or wolves, but her husband got up uh, to actually go check things out while she tended to the children and was making sure that that everything was fine here. The children stayed asleep. She said that he was gone too long, and she stepped outside to actually call for him, and it was a strange echoing silence across the snow as she called for him, but that when she came back in, that um, that the children were gone as well,
Hmm.
and she began to get hysterical and frustrated at the time, and she's talking about herself in the third person, which is really weird. Especially talking about how upset she was, and you notice she's still not upset at all, thanks to the charm spell. And but that she charged back outside, and she was able to run towards the woods where she thought she heard some jingling of some bells, and as she got to the edge of the woods, she saw a crowd of fur draped figures, some with maybe antlers, or maybe it was sticks for antlers, that they were pretending to have antlers, but that they were headed into the woods, and her husband was in the middle of them, draped in sleigh bells, draped in many bells other than sleigh bells as well. And so he was being drug into the forest by them. She tried to run at them, but was held back by one of these creatures in furs, and she said that they didn't make any like none of the noises that they made were speech, but that there was blood all over him, and she was afraid that this was her husband's blood that was all over this person. But her husband just bowed his head and went into the woods as he was drugged.
How many children did she say are missing?
3 children are missing.
Oh, jeez Louise.
Okay.
And the husband.
I turn to From and Crow and Mockingbird, really everyone, and ask if any of them are trained or have skill in tracking.
I got immense skill in
I also
tracking.
take the same opportunity to talk to
Yeah.
the rest of the group and tell them, I've made this trek several winters. This is not normal. I'm pretty sure that, all things being considered, me hate the cart. You guys probably want to start heading back.
No, there's
I mean,
children
that's
missing.
just my insight on the scenario. None of this
Yeah.
looks good at all.
Yeah, but you want to be the one to go back with all our shit and have to tell them that we couldn't get there?
Well,
I don't really want to be the one to tell people that.
Here's the difference in that story versus what I'm going to say is a story. I want to be the one to go back.
At this point,
excuse me, guys. We're talking, but we're not talking about finding children.
Who's talking?
Yes.
Who?
Are we going to search for the children?
Yes. From
Who
will
said
help
yes?
search.
Who said yes?
I
From
think
will
yeah.
From, good man, From. There we go. From, can you track things
Yes.
in the forest? Okay. I look into From's eyes and I say, as constellations mark your path, draw from the celestial script of erudition. Let the verses of insight illuminate your actions, for you carry the torch of scholarly brilliance. Go forth, and may your endeavors be an epic song sung across the ages. And I give him Bardic inspiration.
Nice. By the
Find
way, you're
the
coming with
children,
me.
From. Find them. Go, my.
You're coming with me.
Go, my people. Yes.
That's pretty awesome.
Yes, my people. Yes.
All right. Very
All
good.
right,
That's very good.
You
I'm
feel like
I'm
you've got
following.
a bead. Yeah, you feel like you've got a bead on where some of these creatures went off into the forest.
Mm-hmm.
From's got the scent.
Ah,
So
excellent.
from wait a minute. You really detect multiple paths right now. Okay. So yeah, maybe they come back together, maybe they don't, but you're detecting that there are many different not many, but a small handful of different paths. Basically, you rank them from the heaviest traffic going in this direction to the lightest uh, going in another direction. Okay.
From, can you tell if the children are running with them, like being drugged, or are they being carried?
Yes, from you can tell, and from they seem to have been carried because there seem to be no child footprints.
Okay.
There
Oh,
also seem to be no carts or anything like that.
Yep.
It all seems to be foot traffic from.
And can the can someone tell us, either the lady or From himself, how long ago this all transpired? How much of a head start they have on us?
Um.
you need another roll, or are we good?
Well, so yeah, I need another roll, and Mockingbird, you can roll as well.
Okay. So you want survival?
Yes, correct.
Ah,
Basically, we're tracking and seeing how fresh the tracks are.
Oh yeah, From's hitting it.
oh my
Wow.
gosh.
From,
Yeah.
All right.
roll,
What's the
roll
point
the,
of me being here
Hold on,
anymore?
hold on.
I'm just gonna leave.
From
From
roll,
40
roll the D8, because you didn't use it last time. You might be able to roll a 30, which
Oh
is
my
like nearly
gosh.
impossible.
Don't waste it. You have 10 minutes for it.
I've got bardic inspiration. I could use that.
Yeah, but if he hits a 30,
uh,
then it's like basically nearly impossible, and he knows something like, like
It's a
nearly
natty
impossible
20.
to know.
With the new rules, the natty 20 is typically an automatic success
All right,
most of the
I'll
time.
give you something that's important. All of the footprints. So you see enough right outside the house, but this was out the back of the house, by the way. Obviously, there was a distraction in the front so that somebody could come in the back and actually get the children. You see footprints at the back for the children, and then the footprints disappear. The other thing that you see is you see that none of the footprints that are remaining, and you estimate that there are at least 20 individuals that have been around in the area. None of the footprints seem heavier, as if they are carrying children.
That's interesting.
Weird.
Which is exactly what From notices. How weird that is. Like From, you were looking for deeper footprints to follow the deeper footprints, because that would be the person that's carrying children, or people that are carrying children.
Following the okay, so looking at the footprints, was there a point where the footprints appeared to be carrying children, and then no longer carrying children?
Literally,
Yeah, so-
or maybe 2 steps.
Oh wow. Okay.
DM, if I use detect magic and investigation, can I wiggle out if some type of magic has been used in this area when the children disappeared?
You feel like maybe you could, and you try, and you don't detect any casting of magic or any magic residue that's left around here. You don't detect that anything's been cast.
Okay. Is there any other clues that would point me in the right direction as to Because now we feel that the children went so far and then they just kind of disappeared with the tracks, but they don't make heavier tracks. Are we just misinterpreting this heavier track thing? The children wouldn't actually make them that much heavier? Did they
I
put up
really don't think
snowshoes?
you're misinterpreting that.
You said there was a sleigh here before, didn't you?
Yeah, there's a
Um,
sleigh around back.
Well, I am a rogue that's more of a folk hero than a just like a city slum rogue.
Where
Could I use an insight check to determine whether or not I would think this would be like a a trafficking kind of a situation,
A
or
what?
so in other words, whether or not somebody's actually picked up a kid and then like quickly moved them into a vehicle, or or if they're actually dragging them off or
There
something like
are
where
that.
no tracks for any vehicle.
Okay.
where did the tracks end exactly? Like on the map.
The kids' tracks or the
So
where
the kids
We're
tracks.
not seeing any kids' tracks anywhere.
like literally
No.
you see kids' tracks as if they
They come out of the house and they disappear.
they come out of the house and they immediately disappear.
Hmm.
And one or two steps of multiple individuals there look like, and when I say multiple, I mean things are, dusted up and spread out. But you see a couple of tracks that look like maybe they sunk deeper into the snow just when they were picking up a child, and that's it.
Okay, can I look around for more clues? Something that we're missing?
You may. Go ahead and
Okay.
give me an investigation check.
Are there any other tracks that indicate they may have been loaded into a cart or something along those lines, or is
No,
it
there
just
are
nothing?
no
is-
other cart tracks.
Forgive me, I'm gonna have
Damn.
to step away for just a moment. I'll be right back.
I'm gonna have to call it quits soon.
Yep.
Not that I'm much help today.
actually, so we're at 6:00 right now. This is a very good spot for us to pause. We'll have one more session. So this will be our second holiday session that will be a week from it'll be New Year's Eve that we have it. Okay. So I really appreciate everybody, and we will see you next time. Thanks everybody for watching the first part of our holiday one shot. We thought that you might enjoy some of the pregame banter as well, so we left that attached at the end here. So I hope you enjoy. Happy holidays.
Third template.
All right, I got that on recording, by the way. Whatever you just said, I got it recorded.
I for once I wasn't saying anything bad.
For once. Listen,
All
go
right.
ahead and change your name in Discord.
That's what
Like,
I'm
Where
working
can
on.
I find a ring of protection?
Oh,
I can't
You have
find
to
it under
drop it
items.
to us.
I got you.
All right.
Will you drop me a +1 rapier as well, please?
Are we pleased?
Let me look. We are pleased. We are very pleased.
Excellent.
All right.
Yeah, you back?
All right. From you're getting. You didn't do any other equipment other than darts?
I'm doing the equipment now.
It's actually.
Oh my gosh.
Let me do it. Let me do it because I can do it all at once. Here. So you have which background?
I have gladiator.
Oh, cool.
There's your gladiator equipment, and then You are a which one was your first set of stuff?
Barbarian.
Right, and I assume you went with Bear Totem? Or did you even get
I didn't get to choose yet.
Yeah, you didn't get to
Uh,
choose. So. You should have I would have
You're
gone just far enough to get the Barbarian, the Bear Totem, and then I would have. But that's me. That's me being a min-maxer. All right.
You are a bit of a min-maxer, but there's nothing wrong with that.
I am not a min-maxer, not even close.
More so than other people I know, but
Nope.
not.
I know how.
All right. Jerry, back yet?
Nope, I guess not.
I'm picking him.
Okay.
That ring of protection is a +1.
Not
Is
you,
that supposed to be a
Yeah, I just-
+1 or +2?
It's +1. I just put it on your character sheet.
Yeah, I see it. I was just curious. I thought you had said +2, but that's okay.
Nope.
Will
I'll
you
take the
drop
+1.
me?
I'm getting them. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Rapier.
Sorry.
You say rapier though?
Yes, rapier. Have a shield. Why is my AC
I'm
messed
trying
up
to
now?
like organize you guys on my screen at the same time, get everything where it needs to be. So,
Uh-oh. Why is my AC messed up?
What's it supposed to be?
Well, I have scale mail. Hold on,
You don't have it equipped?
I do have it equipped.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, down at the bottom I see scale mail shield.
Let
Right,
me double
so-
check something. Because it might be more beneficial for me to go studded leather anyways.
So
Yeah, I'll just go studded leather. Just let me
I don't
see
think
if that.
I don't think you did the proficiency for the medium armor. Is what I think
Okay.
you didn't do when you were creating the class.
Uh,
Just manually do it right now, okay?
I did. That's all of it was manual.
No,
I
no, no,
didn't.
no. In Fantasy Grounds right now, go click on
Mhm.
the magnifying glass to the left of AC. And
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Okay, just give me 1 second. I gotta fix something anyways. So I'll manually make sure it is what it needs to be. I see what you were saying though. I misunderstood.
There you go.
all right, so Yondo,
Sure.
when we get there, let's talk real quickly about how to do combat. Okay.
Sure. Yep.
Most of it's going to be done from your actions tab. Okay.
Okay.
Probably makes sense. Down at the bottom, you see where you have the mode and the display. Mode is standard right now. Display is group.
Hold on 1 second. I have my spell list open. Okay. So to get to the tab that you're talking about, the actions tab,
Yeah.
like the
Character
quickest
sheet.
way, what's the quickest way to access it is just go
So-
to your character sheet.
Yeah. Go to your character sheet by clicking on your image up top.
Bottom right hand.
Bottom right hand one. That's it. Correct.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
Also, if those spells are expanded right now, click on your spyglass to the right of each spell and it'll collapse them.
Oh, great.
But down at the bottom, do you see where it says mode, standard, and display group? Bottom of your character sheet on the actions tab.
I'm looking. I'm there. It's just that I've got to scoop my. I've got I extended it out. Yes, I do see it now. Mhm.
Okay.
Mode, standard, and group.
Yeah. So your mode, it toggles. Both of these toggle, and on both of them, you want it to get to combat and actions, and so that's going to toggle them twice. So you go to standard, then to setup, then to combat or prep. Not setup, but yeah, there it is. Combat.
Okay.
Good. Now, you know what the problem with combat is? You didn't memorize the spells, and so you pray for the spells each morning, right?
Mhm.
And so go to your preparation tab. I mean, your preparation view again. Click that one again. Yep, there you go. All right, and go down and just click all of them because you didn't put all spells in here, and you could have most wisdom casters put all spells and then just check the ones they pray for each day. So, which is fine, but you did it in a fine way too. Make sure you click on Lesser Restoration there too.
Yeah, I've got to add 2 more spells.
Yep. Okay.
But after
and obviously
after
you
I
can keep doing it. You can keep doing it, but now go and click preparation one more time.
Mhm.
Okay, so this is your view for all the spells, but then click the display and change it from group to combat. You go group summary, then actions. I'm sorry, actions. Yes, combat action. That's it.
Okay.
Now these icons are what we need most of the time. Most of the time, it's you using the die roll at the beginning of these things to to do things. The other thing that's really important is we're going to use the combat tracker most of the time. And that combat tracker is the very first icon in the very far upper right-hand corner under tool. The crosswords. You got it. And I haven't added you guys to it. I need to add you to the party sheet and then add you to the combat tracker. And I will do that right now. But we will use that combat tracker and the map to actually drop spells or to drop attacks onto people. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Cool. All right. Why is I gave you the quarterstaff and it's not showing up as a weapon here? Why is it not showing up as your weapon?
I'm here, by the way.
There he is.
Magical item.
Go ahead.
Common magical item. What do you want? Or uncommon magical item, but something reasonable that you would have. Nothing overpowering.
Are you talking to me, Garner?
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, Jared.
Yeah, I was talking to Jared.
Oh, we can have a magical item.
One, yes. In addition to
uncommon.
At most uncommon. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I do not know why weapons are not showing up the way I'm expecting it. I'm going to just add one here.
Do we have a caster? Who do we have as casters?
I'm a druid. I've got a few spells.
You got a druid. Druid and a bard.
A druid and a bard, yeah.
Okay. So then yeah, I'll just go straight thief then.
It's interesting.
As opposed to arcane trickster. Fast hands is probably one of the most like deadly things in the game.
Quarterstaff is equipped. Not using it in a versatile way, and it's not showing up if I put you on the combat. But it shows up if I do that, and it shows up with the wrong doing that. Yeah, right now your weapons are messed up on your character sheet, and I don't know why. So.
Well, maybe we just add one. Just add it, re-add it, delete it, and re-add.
Yeah, I'm doing this here real quickly. I'm like it should add automatically when you equip a weapon, but it's not. So just let me do this. So
I'm probably not doing this right, but
how do you get magic items into the items? What?
You go. Yeah, I mean the same.
I'm assuming that I have to load a book of some sort.
I just load them all. Whatever he has available, I just load them and then I pull them.
Oh, it unloaded everything. No wonder.
Well, this is a new.
Oh, a new instance. Duh.
Yep.
It is.
That's okay.
It
Yeah.
is.
No,
Yeah.
I did the same exact thing. I did the exact same thing. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah. Like, wait.
What do you mean you can't tell me what a rogue can do? It's like,
That explains everything.
it's the only class in the game.
Now everything is making sense.
Right. So
All sorts of.
now,
Yeah, this is interesting using using Fantasy Grounds. It's my first time. For those that didn't know, it's my first time using FG today, so I'm really excited to just learn the functionality. There's a lot of detail here, which is really cool to see.
no,
Welcome to the chaos.
it's a really good it's a really good system for a virtual tabletop, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So
The customization here, that just the stuff that Garner's shown me so far, is really, really detailed. I love it.
yeah, I think there are some that are probably more like user friendly for people who are not computer savvy. But if
Yeah.
you're computer savvy and you want to be able to adjust whatever you want to do, this is
Yeah.
really the best way to do it.
Yeah, I can also see that. I'm using my laptop right now. My PC is being built at the moment, so like I'm absent dual screens, which would have been really handy for this
Oh,
as
yeah.
well.
We all
Yeah,
play with
dual
dual
screens.
screens. That's fun too. Or I say fun,
Yeah.
it's effective.
I'm in
It's
Yeah.
very
Florida.
effective.
I'm dodging alligators and stuff, and I'm just on a laptop. So
Dodging gators.
Love it.
dodging gators.
Dodging gators.
Apparently, there's bears too. Bears? I don't know.
Honestly, that doesn't surprise me. Welcome to Florida, where everything will try to eat you.
Isn't that Australia?
Yeah, I guess it's Florida too, though. Australians are more concerned about Floridians.
Yes.
Chocolate playoffs or no?
Oh no, no.
Hey,
You want it?
Yeah, no.
Me neither. I might not watch another game. I'm kind of
The difference is
My
in
man.
Australia, the Earth itself will try to murder you.
That's true. That's a good point.
I mean, not only do they have like the most poisonous snakes and venomous spiders and all that kind of stuff, they also tend to have like fire nados,
Mm.
which
Yeah,
are apparently a thing.
those are a thing. Yeah.
So, you guys, quick question on under. I have a druid that's a circle of land, and
Mhm.
specifically the Arctic domain, but I don't see where to select the Arctic domain part of land. Where do I go to do that?
Oh, if you're starting, I mean, do you have to go to a certain level before you start selecting that? Because you may have to.
It's second. We're at fifth for this, so we're
Okay, so you've already
yeah.
gone past like dragging the different levels up, because as you go, it should prompt you
Oh, really? Okay.
to make those choices.
And
Where would
I
I see
think-
that? Where would I see that prompt pop up?
So go ahead.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to get a prompt on that one. So what like so when you pick Arctic, right? Or it basically gives you a couple of spells that are always prepared.
Check.
I looked at Arctic earlier today. So essentially you just go to your spells,
Yeah.
pull up that Arctic thing and saying, okay, at first level I'm going to get this, third level I'm going to get this, fifth level I'm going to get these two. Then you just drag and drop those onto your actions tab.
Yeah.
And then what I do is I put like a little star next to them, and that lets me know that these are always prepared.
Oh, is it?
Okay.
Yeah,
Here we
uncommon
go.
magical items.
I have genome coming. All right, let's see what we got here. Items, please. Yes, have some. Mm.
Warner, can I have eyes of the eagle?
Sure.
Bart, you think that's
I don't know. I was just messing with him.
I mean,
Eyes of the eagle cool?
remind me of the capabilities of Eyes of the Eagle.
I think it's basically like, you can see really good, so perception checks. I don't know.
You
I
can
just kinda
see
think
good.
I,
Good job,
um,
Jared.
no,
Really good-
hold on. Let
really
me
good eye
Eyes
guy.
of the eagle. Hold on. Okay.
This
D&D
guy.
Beyond. No. Okay.
Don't
I
you
got
already
some.
see well as
I
an
got some
owlman?
binocs.
Okay, these crystal lenses fit over the eyes. While wearing them, you have advantage on wisdom perception checks that rely on sight. In conditions of clear visibility, you can make out details of even extremely distant creatures and objects as small as 2 feet across. I mean, I was just like, it's, for me, it's not eyes of the eagle, it's eyes of the owlman.
I mean,
very
I like the way you sell it. I really do.
Good job, Jared. We're so proud of
Yep.
you.
I like it. I like it.
I mean, you've never been flawed in that area.
Just making a case.
Exactly. No, he's
Yeah.
awesome at that.
That's
Oh,
good.
He can
Oh.
sell ice to Eskimos. He's good. So
Meanwhile, I make one offhanded comment and I'm gonna die.
You go in the doghouse. That's right.
That's
Uh,
because you're the little brother,
Yeah.
basically. So
the problem is
These are all my brothers.
the offensiveness of the comments. So and
I
honestly,
mean, I
you
don't
just
know.
opened the
I think
door.
you took it harder than I threw it.
You,
You know,
you
it's
just
like,
opened the door and you were like, Chris, here is a baseball to throw through his plate glass window. And
I think I threw it like as an underhanded toss, and then like you kind of pantomime catching it, and then rolled over like 9 times, like you just been hit by a truck.
Okay, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
just saying. Just
Not
saying.
saying it. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
All hell, Gorn.
All hail Gorn. All right. I think we're good.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to get my. I think I'm gonna go with a +1 crossbow. I don't even think I'm gonna go with a handy thing.
Make up your mind.
I'm working on it.
no rush on the eyes of the eagle.
Oh, you can't drop them in there? I get it. All right.
No, I would have gotten it.
We've been over this, Dad.
I can't.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be able to do the fun stuff.
All right. Who else needs me to drop something in your?
I'd like a +1 crossbow.
I will give you a cursed crossbow. Here you go.
I kind of. I
My
kind of had a
gosh.
feeling that was coming. I had a feeling that was coming.
Dang, dude.
I was drawing pictures and everything.
Oh my gosh, you still haven't done any other equipment either.
Well, I mean,
What have you been
Welcome to
doing?
the chaos.
hey, you know
Making
what? I'm
jokes.
still making money from a.
You are a folk hero rogue, is what you are. All right. Let me
Wow.
get those.
Hulk hero gnomish rogue. What?
I hear you.
We're red caps here. Red caps.
Oh, I love
Oh
it.
my gosh.
All right.
Red
Matter of
cap
fact, I'm
army.
going to go ahead and. Carl Wagner, this is a red cap.
Dun 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 dun.
All
Oh,
right.
hey, wow, look at you. That
Yeah,
was very quick.
like you hadn't been
Like,
slacking. You could have done that.
Well, I mean, I was kind of impressed with the fact that I got to watch that real time. I'm gonna have to apparently like take another, initial lesson on how to use this software
Okay.
because wow.
Right.
I'm ready to roll.
Make sure everything's good to go on the actions tab. No cunning. Yep. Second story work. Yep. Da, da, da.
All right. Is anybody missing anything?
Don't think so.
I'm checking my sneak attack just to make sure.
Oh, you
It's
probably
always the
don't have
sneak
that.
attack.
Yep,
It's
you
always
don't have it.
it's on
You don't
there.
have the
It's just
right one.
yeah. It's always like
You
the
just need
1d6.
to up it.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you just have to make.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
What?
Nope. Nope. That's not the one.
Oh, I see. I see. Okay.
I used the one that came with it.
Do not use the one that came with it.
I didn't really put anything else in there.
I know because you didn't do any setup on yours. Right.
Bart, you're
Says-
really poking the bear today.
Says the guy with the hand-drawn character model. I mean, just saying.
Oh, Bart.
Speaking
Oh,
of which,
Bart.
I do need.
You came.
I'd
and
like to
you-
import those. You know what? I'm gonna use those drawings in like the introductory video when we get it going, instead of trying to suck them into Fantasy Grounds. That's what I'm gonna do.
I think that's better.
Yep.
Time management wise.
Mm-hmm. I think so. Okay.
Okay.
Garner, do I have a moment to quickly grab a cup of water?
You may. Everybody get your cup of water right now. Everybody.
All right. Yep. Grabbing one now.
Yep.
Make sure it's like tepid. I don't want to see any cold water. I am enjoying being done with work. God.
I can tell. Like really, I can tell.
Oh my God. It was awful this morning.
I got lucky. I had today off. I think
It's not bad. It's just everybody else is gone. So it's
yeah.
like and I had somebody the last 2 days like going, I shut this down and now the rest of my network doesn't work. Yeah, because that's your data center and we back all the traffic there.
Oh,
Shit.
no.
So
No.
yeah, like 2 days in a row.
No way.
Like I was trying to give your dad a lot more information and help out a little bit more, but I kind of failed.
Failed. Epic.
It happens.
Sorry.
It happens.
Hey, my heart
Whatever
was
he
there.
says, it happens.
I mean, granted, scrambling in a short order of time, was pretty awesome.
I think you and I did really well.
Yeah. No, I thought you did well too. Very
Thank you.
nice. Oh,
I'm just trying to get at least a sketch of Mockingbird done real quick.
Mocking bird. Yeah.
yeah.
I doubt Lindsay knows exactly what that's from.
Nope.
It's dumb.
No.
Alrighty.
You should, Dad, take a look at the notes on my sheet. Go like to the notes and then the very bottom where it says notes and look at that real quick. I think you'll find that entertaining. Just a little.
Lindsay, is the notes where you put like the expanded backstory of your character?
Yeah, you can. So I was told on the spot today about 3 hours ago that I would be playing. So I don't have much to work with, but I did put a little fun thing for Dad in there. So
Oh, cool.
Hey, nothing for nothing, but I remember talking to you about like maybe 5 hours ago Because I mean, we talked this
It
morning.
was not 5 hours ago. It was
Oh,
almost
It was,
noon.
it was 5 hours ago now. It's 10
It
a.m.
was
this
It
morning.
was
10 a.m. Yeah.
it was not 10 a.m. because I got a call from Dad. It was later than that.
I'm just saying.
No.
You called me, and it's on my
Uh-huh.
phone.
Yeah, yeah. What time does that say, Bart? 11:31 a.m. I'm
Alright.
sorry,
So-
it was 3.5
Alright.
hours ago, sir. No.
Ooh,
All right.
ooh.
Everybody ready?
Frick.
Everybody back?
Ready?
Yeah.
And Jared, I do need a voice check just to make sure this thing's
I'm
turned
here.
up.
I'm ready.
All right. I do need a little bit more volume on you. Hold on. I'll take care of that in Discord.
Ooh.
Right.
Ooh. Ooh.
All right. Y'all shut up. Everybody shut up.
Yes, Dungeon Master General.
Oh my God. All right. So
Never gonna go away.
before we get started, there is an abusive practice that was started during the Shintufi series, and Bart and his broker Sakim, his underhanded broker Sakim. That's probably a little bit bad of me to say, right? But decided that he would encourage Bushra to start calling me Dungeon.
No.
I don't know. I think she just saw quality where quality was, and
She certainly might.
Oh, Bart. I didn't know it was Bushra that you got on that.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's
So
just wrong.
Bart, if you keep pushing that button, there's no telling who may die.
Well, wait.
Oh,
I use it too.
Oh
and
no.
because you filled
Wow.
in for Steam, and Bart told you specifically to start using Dungeon Master General.
I think that actually was.
There's
in my
no
notes.
proof of that.
No, I have the notes. It actually is in my notes.
Yes, it is.
Oh, y'all are so bad. And I guess, Chris, if I ask you to help me edit this video, you're going to edit all of this part out, right? So,
Mhm. It's true.
Why?
Why?
uh-huh.
It's entertainment.
All right.